no mo ware mienu miensa ne na de so mo no mo ya Christopher papa na
tete wono anese ne bebre nkwa asori mi ja ba ko oba ebafia
bema
afi oba aware ye nkanfo na tofo
enso ne say
na tofo
ho ayefe enu tumi kan say
na tofo
se o machi no
ne to
o mo sa da bi o am de yi
enu ada bi ye kan tofo a eye oba sabi ne to ne bottles
because any o mo de shisha ho
oh da bi
o mo de sa do
ana say is wari ye na nse wasie dua
ho ayefe
ne to penti
okay
na we only 70 years asem we
yeah bi eyeki buku
fa me say
ne to penti
mo ni san kombo ne say ese ye ma be ma kwan no ware more than one
emra no
culture
me ba cho emra ndi ho we ye traditional marriage a utimi ware more than one ba ordinance no
mbega so mo bene
there be ye be chew so why your ordinance na shekawa per the law no na sa akoye wedding bi mu a ubetimi obi awo fine ba sa akoye wedding bi ma ye be chew
anya wedding na traditional marriage so
and the only problem and the only utimi ware
wedding na utimi no
there be
wedding oba ana be ma waye wedding unwu aware no wo san akoye traditional ye nya ohwe
o se o quite traditional there be and ye nya ohwe
okay
be sa kwa so dem ena wo ye traditional na ye mam bibia na wo da wo ho e be ye wedding the traditional one is vitiated you know
Ghana marriage book
na just a traditional one nice why wedding too
there be a tradition because ordinance ni mranko
we know e osoro
ni mranko
mentiasio
timpa chomba ordinance no muye wi a motimi akodi assembly municipal assembly akọ register ene ye traditional one ma register certificate na ebo wo kasa o de begina so dem na mo abom hudua wo ho na mo asensan a mi din sese
wo fa woni say any bible
minim
for better for worse no any bible
there be minim be am ko fa no free
enso ye hye me ye bodua
bodua nanti we are traditional no na sa be ye wedding no mo say muslim ko o mo ye traditional wi a ade e che no mo be wedding no wagu traditional no
okay
what you say
we are traditional na ade e che why wedding wagu traditional okay nti wedding na be rainy over
yeah
traditional
wedding no so emra wo ho be bia wo ye no e say registered
nipa na odi anim no so say wo to me say oye
enye sa enim
okay
ave na woni de esre kra se nipa kro why wedding na wutie me anopai na why wadwene say wo koye wed another wedding bi ordinance na bi mu e chiwa obedem na de tato so mienu so sa ne say mu amukogya wo mo no na alive
inti me say me start advocacy or say ma be ma bia o ho kwan yen sisa mra ne say obetun aye nipa mienu miensa wedding e ye tumi ma obi kwan ware crocodile no ye ma obi kwan no no so ware miensa no onko sign o munyina dim
e wo ordinance no ye traditional na kwa wa de dodo a ope
ana say obey wedding na wie na why traditional
o mo ma ba bi kwa eno so kwam say en kwam say to sun bio say eno so kwa akware okay wedding ni de was say woni ho kwan
so we too
for whatever reason
okay but we are now person
I have na no be boy no
bisa ne yen hwade
I have na no be boy no nchire mu
okay
of our SML report na ba
me ye be ye ho adwuma sesi a mam ko din komo bi mbra ko din komo bi aba pa jo nya bi agengan
mi kura copy wa hasisi a
okay mi pa jo me ba sesi a good morning Mira Koku Anyido Reverend Anyido me chawa no kai
good morning Mira Bema
that is say
Boko great
etiefo nyina so agye so enro a minim se we communicator na enro na mo outdoor Professor Jane Nana Opoku-Agyeman as running mate for His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Now, when you are going to speech in be an alcohol.
Oh, come me that say. I mean, I'm a Ghanaian, I'm a nationalist, I'm a politician. So obviously, you are interested in certain happenings. You will follow. Kodiaman Kono, but I followed aspects of it and very interesting developments. And of course, as a professional communicator, PR person, having managed a candidate and a campaign before, Kwame, I find some of the statements extremely disturbing, very disturbing.
Me too.
Okay, yeah. And let me just take it from the national chairman of the party. Because in the past, this week in particular, I've put out some information and I said in Zambia to EFA, you see, polls there, amount for bidding 19 say NDC be winning Greater Accra by 73%. Now, the General Secretary, the National Chairman has actually confirmed, Mimi consent. The NDC for some polls now 19 abontin. Mamu fanya juma o, boom boom boom. Nienko grounds, nienko ye juma. Because a honor a juma no war. Because I know for a fact, meaning, says Papa Musa Dankwa, about 2 months ago, NDC MPs, Eko Isiemu, Biwo, who Volta region, specifically Volta Serene Hotel. NDC MPs went for a retreat at Volta Serene Hotel. And I'm going to say, I say, what did you be nam media so? We will be taking more train. Kwame, oh yeah, no. MPs ni boku ye. MPs ni boku ye. Iti nanu dia o ya John Mahama be winning Greater Accra by 73% no. I decided to come out and let people know, or the party for know, say, ignore Musa Dankwa. Ignore him. Because there's no political party in Ghana in it. Oh, bet me winning Greater Accra by 73%. No political party.
Greater Accra.
Greater Accra. Political party bank. Say MPP, say NDC, no political party.
By reason of what?
Oh, by reason of the geography, the configuration, and the trend analysis. Where are you going to get the 73% from presidential?
Mm-hmm.
Where?
Are they a swing region? And now say Nipano, and now say the cosmopolitan nature of the great.
A combination of all the issues.
Okay.
Yen yina ya Accra habi. Yen yina ya Accra habi. Nifan, Benkum, Esro, Fem. Yen yina ya Accra habi. And the issues swing. And then MPP winning her. Ochina NDC winning her. MPP winning her. And NDC winning her. Now I happen to be on OKFM with the Musa Dankwa, a man 2 days ago. Musa station OKFM Kumasi. Kined was bisa no say himfa area no year research no wa. Onko bonientia. Ningo Prapram. Okatamanso. Lada Dikoto Pon. Clote Koli. Those were the major constituencies that he mentioned. Now these are NDC constituencies already currently. If you call your research on now the NDC they winning by 73%, one out that. What could be the NPP so on a stronghold? Now the point I'm making is that so Enora General Secretary, National Chairman. All can ask them no. Or the NDC from Embo Sapul Dungu, no Mukoya Juma. Wonderful. But Kwame, the very worrying aspect, and where I'm doing the critical content analysis, and it's a national chairman say, mo be flag bearer. Mo dey say mo teacher post. Mo teacher post na every class. among confirm and call ye Jumano.
Or can say, one much suppose I suppose Amanasa.
Oh, listen to what he said. Oh, see, those who are busy sharing posts and jostling for posts, and those who have made themselves kingmakers.
Hey.
Oh, yes. It's there. If you go and now by graphic online, I'm saying, my son link in the grammar. Isaac.
Okay, so Chesa, he was so definite.
Very definite about those who are already jostling for positions, those who have taken positions already, and those who have turned themselves into kingmakers. I can say there are too many bar, and I know I said to my former boss, so kingmakers are them now okay. And why is not them now okay? Now no more is more laboni. How much anything can happen? Nature is scheming, or nature schemed for President Mills to give way. That's the way you come and hear you. President, up to now, you name your kuno. Mona namo ye, Ninkro for Namo Beno, Sunkubi. Munya she, and fan kind. But much not to get in a bedroom. Jimmy say, oh, nature schemed and he gave way. So now, prepare, anything can happen. So they are the kingmakers that the Telecommunication is referring to. But back to the government of the issue. Or say, wait, let us go hunting. When we finish killing the animal and we get the game, then we will now fight over how to share the meat. I repeat, stop sharing the positions now and turning yourself into kingmakers because there's work to be done. Let's go into the forest and go and finish hunting. When we finish hunting and we get the game, we will now fight among ourselves as to how to share the meat.
Eddie Metwasi here. Not just there are certain elements within the party hierarchy. One the power barrier to them, power barrier ama womu. One more che mpacho wo be kwa Greek, wo be kwa communication, wo be kwa cocoa board, wo kwa aso open. Okay, wo free zones be fatal pa.
That is precisely the point that he's making.
Omu kwa kana ka ukwa say kokukura no ukura foreign affairs.
And Kwame, 2008, by this time, Anna President Mills, Juma, Anna Stephen Kitia, General Secretary at the time, Kwame National Chairman. Nobody was talking about posts. Nobody was talking about positions. And one is saying, you get a better Ghana agenda. You get a message. Investing in people, job creation, infrastructure expansion, governing.
But that was then.
Honest and transparent manner. So I'm saying that the General Secretary at the time, who is now the National Chairman, obviously is making a comparison. And he's worried that instead of going to work, you are sharing posts around the flag bearer.
Debbie said, I see power coming. Now power no ba as a bobo ho na me take you on away. And a mimi ye she post say one say power yi ebe you into one kasa no roads one abehwe highways
power no ebe fi na ba untoka but mimi me ukwame untoka unya untoka o pese untoka but what start ya pam Isaac ni na ya no mu Africa no mu one we can no can nyamba but what pam Isaac dey put from
seven is a car no e beba
oh sir
meto car na wise the quiet there hey la pass me roll la pass.
But the point I'm making is talking about meat. So the national chairman of the NDC is saying that the whole idea of what is happening now is to get power and share meat. Let's go and kill. First of all, so I'm just using words that he used. Let's go first, go and hunt. So you are going to hunt for power. You are not going to appeal to the elected for power. Yes, you are going to hunt. Yeah, the akudie, any a two, ne one, basa, yeah, quiet anymore. I want to pay on pay. The Bekunu. Now you couldn't hear the new here. After you Bekun, yes, there are some jail. The Bekun send you Kenamno. And I find it very, very scary. Because the imagery is such a wrong imagery in any aspect of communication that if I go back to classroom and I'm teaching my students, this is how I will teach them never to communicate when they're looking for political power. Never. Because the imagery is wrong. But you see something? A couple of years ago, and he was saying this in the presence of the flag bearer and the running mate.
Dia no can say or much post no.
Oh, yeah, that's what you want. Now, and maybe a chairman.
Now, no, Sasema, Chairman General, a year resident Ketiakano. One no, a consensus and Crophobia can't channel, and I artism.
No, he's the national chairman of the party. Many headquarters will be. But I believe that Niokano, Okano.
But then, when Sassam will see a mechano on that podium.
Thank you, Kwame. There's a reason why the chairman will choose that platform. Because as national chairman, and I'm asking a question, does he have unfettered access to the flag bearer? Does he have access, unfettered access to the flag bearer?
Oh, any
only flag bearer, Benyan Kitangudi Atenas getting come up. Until national chairman, we must take it in same view flag bearer, we paucho in here. So, on your unfettered access to you, I net yet, you never bedroom no. Mechanic bedroom, first and open. And our local cantonment. And now this uncle away, a cow was here. And I want to take 2 minutes, what to take power.
Oh, where is your own embellishment? So don't allow you to
Yes, they go and check. MPs, sitting MPs, they were quite a number of them were embarrassed at UPSC. Even a chair to sit on, sitting MPs were not given chairs to sit on. Because they are teacher post no, and I was MP no, one car post no, and this are color not on social media, ADD at no. On one your post no be who MP when your post no be why the best for Akunya so ma MP Akunya Zetenase. And if they want evidence, we'll produce the evidence. Because but I'm talking about the myth aspect again. And here na President Mahama. President Mus Jao and Nam P. And it's a single digit inflation for more than 34 months, single spine salary structure, foreign currency reserves, heavy infrastructure expansion in the health, educational, housing sector, road sector. Also, because the economy now is solid, Yankobo Busia $1 po. Ewa manone say the BF you Ghana. Yankasa, yeah boy who modding. And a yanti demonstration here. Nursing training for allowance, teacher training for allowance. Na ninja ekoso. Ube tu sa namu. Edu baby. Enya mina mekai. Wankasa na ukache Ghana for se. Enam ni na asa. Amanaka dompe. Wo sekete atu force no mo. Managing the economy no. Mo se enam nasa amanaka dompe. Ena Professor Jenana education minister. Muna mu yi teacher training allowance. Mu yi nursing training allowance. Kumbe ye mu fi o ku ye jaifu no. Ntu mu so sikan. O ye one term president and foul. That was the kind of response you gave. But I'm saying, say, when you use the imagery of meat yesterday, and you do the comparison with the imagery of meat and bones a few years ago, I am saying, say, as a professional communicator, what you have done is to just feed ammunition to your enemies to use against you. That master, and you may be no matter you. Omo bepe nam no mo nya nam no so wie a omo fa sunje en fa che nam no.
Me ba cho wo se nya adwuma bia no omo be ye.
But the person has gone to hunt for meat. So the meat belongs to him.
the that rendition no that phrase no okay.
And that Ghana phone ya kwakwa mu cho se omuma ye tumi o. Ni e dia ye adwuma bia ma omu o. Ye ko akokum aboa bi yes I tumi.
Now just they are going on a political hunting expedition.
But then again it is wrong imagery. Then again it is wrong imagery.
Oh my, but maybe the choice of words to describe
as a seasoned politician, if I am managing PR, you will not use those words because the imagery is wrong.
Oh, okay.
Jesus Christ he didn't come to hunt for us. He came to redeem us. He came to deliver us. He came to save us. So those are the words that you want to be using. Ghanaians, we want to help redeem. We want to help deliver. But when you say
Debbie, no. But when you say Chairman General, was shown on this, he say. Main fun is say more money abre ejiche post mam ho ne ade ade ni nyina no. Mum ka say okay, mo cheche. And ye scenario say ye kɔ ha. Na hunting na ye kɔ no. Ye kɔ ba wi a ye hu nam nanimu no. And yet na mom won che enam no obra won kɔ hunting na afi na be kɔ hunting.
Enu ye jitum. Ba me pa che se una nkɔ kwa ye mu. Enkuku abani ba fi a. E den na ofi cheche na. But I know the we a friend is saying obofo and now they will pay and I will call quiet I prefer them. But political power master and never put for there. And then now because room out now because the imagery is wrong. Kwame, me no kasano pay if I use any wrong imagery, anybody can turn it around against me. Of course, as a literature student, I am you yourself, you are a student of language. Nti onye into na bedroom and can be big ticket. Say mo frebi on na come round and ya ko sia supporters e wo control we bi ase ni e to dam ni e to spa. Ne ja ye try ye bibi na ye kasa asem no kire ye party for no wo fema. Ani de yan very sen ko bi ase for no ye di en komo. But wo hini na obegina ahimfie na wo catch on my munu nyina say hey you have sent the wrong signal. You have sent the wrong signal. And that's the point I'm making. General, you're talking about going to hunt for meat, which is political power. When you finish getting it, then you come and you fight over sharing. What are you fighting over to share? Again, a number and a move back home and send a watch it. If you Ghana Namuneta, Ghana Namno. But
when you say he was talking to their political faithfuls of the NDC, not Ghana at large.
Oh please, that is even the worst form of it. That is the worst. Then why did you invite the media? It is a pure party event. I don't know the headquarters. Now I'm blocking media, and it is not because media. But what university, professional university, higher government institution. And I wanted that I media for accreditation. And I media ABA. And independent observers. So how can it be a pure party event? It is not a pure party event. It's a massive because at the end of the day, running mates now more than you know. I am a vice president in future of the Republic of Ghana.
Okay. From now, maybe so.
Thank you. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you. Ora koko anyi do ho na ene no atwetwe enkomo no. Na okay 101.7 so eni na ora koko anyi do ho former deputy general secretary of the NDC. And you don't atwetwe enkomo na Dr. Ankra wa ha quick na ye ne no entwetwe enkomo na yensa enko ensa amara beje koto mu ni bibra na afia kira asom na no doc
ada afia baba ha ni ha me sure say nani beka
was it me otiti me pa
onim say me ofie kura na me tene voice first thing I make any I know was rabbit.
hey
the bia me kai
if you try rabbit
baby asem ya che o bad wo fa wo say if you try pe na otumi de adanko enum koko
na sada senye
me sheda bisa na mo kire me mumu
oh
wo say onu na onum ne koko deda na mo de akonfe kanti ayu friends
adanko na me ba
na mo so on so nhwe na oje ketu abi
na adanko na me obra we do koko yeso adanko na mhwe
so o tede ba bi kura na mo de command
munim the trick na ewo mu ni se ono no ewu se de adanko na maba koko no so do oso na ka de fa koko ni si we eno owu se wanhwe obanum koko na wie no na ya wi adanko na wie
na se ofa sa na o se ka mo twen mo onum ni koko no wi ansa mo nyina mare
okay sanko betim so di koko na so asiwo ba we de wakada
no the boss
okada nkunam na no de koko no se na minim wakada nkunam de ya na koko so left efia kire nwanwani
Mama Nkrumah Tikese mi onye obi en ha ne tse
baby me na o ha me
wo ne ha hwan
wo na ha me
me na me ha hwan
me
Mama Nkrumah onye obi en ha ne se de wo ha me no
so Mama Nkrumah wo nyo obi en ha me se de o ha me
What?
yeah
Nia unimi so unimi. I have a conviction, say it's about time as a country called Ghana, we made an effort to create our own. Dangote was made. The records have it.
Yeah, by Obasanjo.
Yes, he was made. Unim Nansenya BBS na mewraho. I was saying manage by mewraho. Now Ghana pay $3 billion. The whole country, nyina haircut, hwan, enyama hunya ahokyere, untumi kura amfa workers. The whole country, 3 billion. Unim say Dangote as an individual, or see refinery in Nigeria costs $7 billion. One person.
Some economy ni so.
Me just say to one person or no to me a control $7 billion. Na ye Ghana as a country no 3 billion no cry bre. Yen san kai. Me case asem so say unyi ni say Dangote to me see a year refinery 7 billion. Na say yes ye to me ma Ghana ni or also to me build the capacity of to me a Ghana bosia 3 billion and Kenya one.
But with him, yeah, pull him down.
And yet,
aye.
Mammy be emso I can't jinagu. Me manabusia for yako. Semensia.
Semensia.
Oh, mammy no.
Oh,
Ghana near who said in Nia, eh, Juma or Sabis or some fine. I also shall say Jumani Bebu. But and yes, by papa. Here, your honey at tea say, GRA. Ghana ha, yeah. And last week I was with John Bodu. On a Director General Siga, yeah. And I say Ghana ha, the two sources of revenue are Boamo mine wage and national. You fi GRA. And okay, another one. GRA and Bibi Mirefi. About two institutions.
Yeah, maybe a 2 way.
Me person, I don't want to misquote him, but about 2 institutions. It is a GRA near part. Now another one I mean GRA for Omsika Sam and ye and Koye. Say Oma to me and yes castle or may your home battery pa. Eti GRA for say Sabio, you might be a air coso. Or Marcus I knew who I can dear, or wouldn't need to me any near mount bet me the here. Now or more, as I say, ye yes, careful or more edible man or brano. Ye knew I can't be able to me dear who say. Kwame Nkrumah so ampa adwuma wo ye na 40 entibetua ho ka 1 cedi na o mo contract SML ya o ha ye betia se ye tue sika pa ma SML a emma you know sika na ye tua no ye nya so mfaso enti ensese ye koso tua na katasise bi akum na mse buo se bibi saade a ene ye nyina sabi ye kan ya adwene mom ye kan ho odi mom na ye nkuntia because ade a sabi ye mo biska na adwuma na oye no se enso ani anase anya papa ensese ye maniska no ensese ye hwe na ye bra saade no ene so president say o de ade anma KPMG so mo hwehwem ni nyina nkamfua no ye say 27th March report na by president so steady President Baya, the report is very interesting. Nia enye no yen kan okrese enye nia yeso yen kase ye. We hear 0.5 of the recommendations from KPMG now say regarding the downstream petroleum audit services, KPMG determined that there was an incremental volume of 1.7 billion liters and an incremental tax revenue of 2.45 billion.
Wow.
2.45 billion. Where auditor KPMG na ayo nyame na make.
ɛna na kyerɛ sɛ ɛberɛ a na smf foɔ no maayɛ no na sɛ sika wei nyinaa nwunu kɔ
na sɛ sika wei nyinaa nwunu kɔ a yɛhu.
okay.
Na ne nyinaa nkamfo ano yɛse baako a mehu yɛ ɛsɛ sɛ nka minister ɛma approval, ministerial approval and parliamentary approval. Enti sabio sɛ obi na ɛsɛ sɛ ɔyɛ n'adwuma ɛsɛ sɛ nka obi na ɛbɛsɔ microphone yɛnsa na ɔsɔ baako na Kwame woba sorry manuafo wɔfa enti sɛ obi ɔsɛ nkɔsɔ microphone yɛnsa na ɔsɔ baako na sɛ woyɛ adwuma no na ade no bɔ ne hwene a wo de wo bɔ ne a wayɛ ne sɛ enti sɛ nka ɔsɛ GRA ɔno yɛɛ no ɔsɛ minister na ma approval na ɔsɛ de kɔ minister pɛ na betumi de akɔ parliament for approval and at that time no Ken Oforiata amfa nkɔ but bottom line yɛyɛ sɛ ɔmo bɛyɛ adwuma no mayɛ report yi say ɔmo bɛyɛ no $2.45 billion Ghana cedis ɛna GRA tumi nyaayɛ na ɔfa wonim sika wonim adwuma dodo a sɛ sika obetumi ayɛ
mame sa mo adeɛ baako koraa ɛberɛ a president kaa sɛ ɔmo mfa adwuma no nto hɔ no na yɛnyɛ nhwɛmu no na kyerɛ sɛ saa berɛ no ne ɔmo dundum machines na ɛde monitor na ɔmo twi fa mu
sɛ ade no ɛni hɔ no sɛbi obi didi ho tama SM adwuma ni hɔ no obi didi ho nti sɛ SM aba na sɛ ɔno otumi ntwi mfam di a ɛne de say onko suspension na me as a researcher and as an academic you can impact you always look at before and after and is the impact of education answer na ko school na super the same uko school by no super the same answer na SM beba no na sika sɛ na GRA nya na report yi kyerɛ sɛ 2.45 billion no anka SM ani ho anka man ni nyeska sa sika we nko ni anko benya no keso beti by this amount na obi bua ma man na nyeska na sabi ni ono obo amgonya no bi na obeti na ode atua ne kade a sabi sanka we de ya say abrowa wasum de ya na mu abrowa gidi de anka nya asambone enti yanhwe ya niam yie enkanka ne ya we have the penchant say obi bia adwuma ni ebetunya ya ne say sabio ye begu adwuma no ho fi na ya hwe say adwuma no begu no enya de papa when say honorable Atachia they pay their working visit call SML no akɔhwe mfidie ni niam a ɔmo yɛ hɔ no say adwuma die president at committee so ɔmo hwɛ emma nanso ne yɛ de ani abehu die ɛne a megidi sɛ SML adwuma no ɔmo yɛ no papa bɛbo ɔman no na one other instructive even the very first point or say Ernst & Young acquire audit Ministry of Finance also your audit and they found that there might be underreporting, under declaration and potential revenue leakages. This is what they were foreseeing until omo engage SML. Na say report they say omba ni sika say and omani nyaya. Anka the legalities of the very first sentence or say no technical needs assessment was done. It was not done, which is an error. Prior to the engagement of SML, yes. However, such an assessment was not legally required for engaging SML. May I try? It was not legally required. And the minister and a approval of what GRA had done. No, we are the parliament. Understood. Name assembly anything. Say omani nyamfaso ada na yetumi mpo emmo mabaso na there was another allegation say omunye adwuma there's a particular work omunye na yetu omuka this report says say ye mo muska bia in that particular area so there are different sectors and sections are ye engage yom but I would say upstream ni hwan omunye adwuma no ye starting ye man kapre e dey na omu ni tumi koka say ye discarding ma omu amoma di free wa bro omunye adwuma why are we so wicked nia ewom no enya aka meti yai maka oma amfa anko parliament but enya GRA asidie Ministry of Finance na o say nkomo ye na minister no so ma approval o ma anye maka it was wrong they did not seek PPA approval but uko kanya obeka kire say point 2 no 27th August 2020 PPA ratified the procurement process.
Oh, okay.
PPA ratified it. Inti do assassin omanye no omu say ade e beboy inti they have the mandate so metunya mo mo kwan no ma ye adwuma no and they approved of it.
Okay.
Yantu ye bo ase kakra na ye pentema kose obi din ye pentema kose obi adwuma ofas wa fa nipa 3 e wo company na oti omuka.
Fanzaka Mike ni mami. Fanza am I? Yengo.
Se wafa nipa miensa pe adwuma na se bosumia so na GR se betua peyi betua we betua senate for se de ka wontua ye na wotua wo bills and Ghana electricity and water wotua wo bills atua rent of your premises and na be won se adwuma bie enya adeketwa
na adeketwa
it's not a joke, it's not a child's play. What you say enti yenya botre me de that part to say be gu nipa ho fi no enya de papa
woni made e wo Ghana fo ho. Say ye Bruni, why ye China ni, why ye Lebanese,
a foreign and a baby a Jumaya, one young can't home
Indian, Debbie,
I can't come once.
But say Ghana ni baby a man, as can bet na hanu
until I may share that cocan, dango tasem. Say a maybe by he was made. Now say, yeah, dear, and Kayanko for foreigner, and my name, ye Juma Korea, my non first can call capital flight, we complain about. Now say Ghana ni, me one no. Me come in some year. Me dey nam car kwan so minimum those behind this company SML minimum what you say but I Ghana need there we have to defend it and yes by papa
yet ya would telecommunication networks I would win afofro dia
aye
amanon for dia magana ni enka say ye mani bi
me come to two aso companies are papa akesi omunya sika wa ha wholesale ni retailing omo ye omamu no dodo na anya Ghana for dia me modi we know it
we know
omunyina anya Ghana for dia na ekosi da ben na ye be say ye de ni ama afoforo dia akoye enti nia enye no yenka na mom se ade ni ho broni beka say if it's not broken don't fix it ade a NC ade a wuhu ye ana se bibia sikura nka bisam tamani ye di we hu komod ye nyina ye ka say yen twen na report ne ba this is the report
now point 6 baby you say SML had yet to implement the upstream petroleum audit and minerals audit service now say gold ni diamonds nyina no
na nka omo ba be audit
yes
na Ghana gold ye tu o ha ne ne ayetu me record no fa oye mbehyew dodo na ye nim as we dey say a home pono mon ko ho nti na sanka ne wodi kan ye bi ya waye ne ye ana edi bi kan ho nya sa
wenim de a kire dem tete ye ko bi command warning say downstream has say wo check yen yentimi ntwim fam esoro ho mema ho wo ba soro ho e be ma se abo
look at this nti da ben ye be dwene national interest da ben
adey
da ben ye be dwene national interest kakra ye hwe ne ma bi ye o because emere bi beba no ofa ye be magana ni a okura sika nko betumi aye adwuma ha no ba koye oba bi
oh yes
because oye o ha ye begu no opa kan woni hwe ye fa broni ana foreigner e be blaster coach etua de kase go and check the records ye fa sika akono ne etua ne sei ne mere so ye kro free ho no ye da so de ne ka
woni ma anwasem wo mo ye ya fe na wo mo ntua e ma edu ba bi kwa na me ne kwaku ye bo am kwa na ye gege ntoboa ne de ma sika fa ba ko
aden adentra say eye ni nua dia a enye
dabi
na mom I want to see you dia
oh yeah
oh come on until when yenya isa ne mai kakra wo ye Ghana ni uhu bibi enya aka let's be truthful because better say me twa the report is there we can say osomo si o twa ntro enya me na me tro report you
obaka say o kan free
it's online this is published it's online
what him say Tro no ba akokora ni say yes oh ya mo contract of 10 years. Wom say oh there be give church say say oh okay I win here 5 years.
Yantu ya buase kakra. Yantu ya buase. Na me na me hu ye me na me dimirika kokan ye no. Eno no emfa hwe ma wo. Emfa hwe ma me si bia adwuma ni bi. na tua nkɔfoɔ ka na sɛ workers ba sɛ ɔmo pɛ adwuma mu increment yɛ kan sɛ akatua ntumu mu a na wo sɛ wonni sika wɔ account mu ade bɛtua ɔma it is then you will understand sɛ adwuma bie running a business is not a joke.
akatua ntumu mpo na woka adwuma no bi wɔ hɔ a bɛyɛ 6 months ni ontimi ntua na workers ka
yo
ontimi ntua na workers ka
na 2.45 billion wɔfa adwuma ebetumi ayɛ wɔ man mu adwuma ebetumi ayɛ wɔ man mu ɛsɛ kanketo awo
SMF for na anya according nkrofo bi botom
ankekodi nkrofo bi botom na GRA ankasa no revenue mobilization na nkai wɔ fam ɔmo target a also ɔmo nya nyina ɔmo nya na ɛnya de nya wanwa yɛ sɛ woyɛ budget a nneɛma mmiɛnsa na betumi apie mu aba budget surplus budget which is balanced or deficit Ghana ha me at my age maintain say your balance no ye dey no kwa balance that not to talk of surplus perhaps not in our time that be your budget deficit ninti so obi ba boa ma wanya osika no no watumi dey abowa ho bra nti kenye oh please let's be a bit nationalistic. Let's have the nation's interest. National interest. No, your man no, and they need a new kind. Aya dosun dodo.
CSA adwuma bi amobian ade a oya bo man akon. Yes,
me see there was this energy drink. Yes, you want some more baby. Nanko for topa, do no pa. Omo ya say ye begu no. Ni enima no mentiase. Is it sheer wickedness? And I say
mama ye wo de hwe ebra wo nyini no locality ho no bonse bia maame bia konkonte nipa gusu topa wonim obi timi hyeda ebra konkonte no wa no akum kotre
no de akoto
o de akoto o de atum
ne akase
maame
kotre no na eto aduane
kotre nkwa no anu agu no
adai
choba wo be yesa no de atum wagu no
enye suba papa o mi wo bi wo ha ne kasa siriye keke ni nanim se ne oti nanim ankofo ti ankofo to eto na ade
ai
anopa yi wo be kokrom omo etontoma omo ton niema ebi wo ha nipa be 30 na senso baba ko de ne ni ye nti da bia nipa to okra se ne obedi concert adi agro ene wasere da bia wo kwa be san ba ne hobio na taxi driver 25 from France say ofa me frɛ wa chia me te won ka che
oh
or kind will say so person fantasy me or customer service what you say
now me twam fidelity ya uzi ana trotro ni gina ho elodu ufri tokromo oba to hu mi ase oh master Tikese challenge ana me fa nye fans na me fa lodu me kai ya e na me gina ho la pass la pass Tikese ni mo ohwe na na afoka no la etimi bi gina ho ama o lodi owie okwa na mso mko
na oni
entene ye ma
okwa oni medin a okokan ani okokan fa ho okobo abaso
this is interesting
me say SM nipa ba ko dia na nipa hwan dia minim I don't know who is behind the call.
Yeah, a group of individuals.
A big group of individuals, yeah.
What you say? So omu bi so ni mi onka.
Na when I want some so room. Say omu to office ho a fan wo aba e wotema. The movement ni omu nim. Dia wo nim. Dia wo twen wo nim.
Yo.
Eti dia wo twen no any tanks ahodo a wo se bia tamale bupe num ya de wo nim nyina
me see me nyan ya ba bia na ya say ye de oil kogu ba bi na instead of diesel ye de agu petrol ni wan na ase nyina they should monitor it ya say da ya say contaminated ni aton
say wo mo
ton so ya ntu nwu ye yusu o man
ye so wo yusu ni o mo check ni nyina o
mo check ni nyina
dada mfidi na ko
mo obi nje break ni wan ni nyina sa ne ma ye nya company na so obetumi aboa ye ma apart from say ebenya sika no yetumi mfa ne ma mfa chenya ne basa na why not
okay say emre bi
Ghana ni yaka yesi yempe Ghana ni yewe ya yesi yempe bibia Ghana ni be bia ni nua Ghana ni mpe ne e pe ni say yebetumi aka hwe no oye ne kosi say ene ye ne
wa okuta Apple phone bia
that is what makes us happy say obi adwuma gu
Apple phone bia
yo
ye no China
yo
ya assemble no California or US
yo part ni nyina ya kwa yo ni akwa ya assemble e wo ho yo Daniel ya ha Daniel ya ha
eti se Elon Musk ene wo ya ha ko magunadwumo
kombegunu ankombegunu enyem wo se nkombegunu
ena wa hwe de enipa kakra bia anwuma no ni e kesi wo mo taxes
ɛni ade di wachi ma wakasa wo se obi on wa ha sa no ne nam papa ado ejekum said ado something or pharmaceutical company
kama
be 3 weeks ago not TV so also say the investment awa ye ono feel say after a certain number of years nko betumi age na home na ono se sabi wajojo no ho sika ni na aloko
hwe yeso ono nko ko ayi ko hwe ayi this company UT Bank yengu no
yo
kwabanado fo de si egu no ni guo de ade a ne betim di 9 million billion Ghana cedis are resuscitate omo from insolvency no you spending over 23 million and you gu no
the legends but Argentina banks now ebi mo ho a o ma kwaji atum court say sika no mu wiaye anaso mu die omo agi atum Argentina say 7 banks and 6 banks ye hu say o ma ya ade anya omo maka ne
yengu no
me say I say 6 banks and I sabi sika for ma say amusas ne na niam nko yie ntia ada na ba ko pe ne yetumi a prosecute omo maka ne be yom de
yeni
is selective justice
yeni mo bia wo mo e ba ye no wono ankasa ode hwan eko wodi di ko no de agi low
because nia onye no nia na onye na na owi asika no otwe so I have no problem na mo obi also no onye hwede a fa betudwa
but obi also
just keep quiet about it
because ni pa bebre ayenim say yes wo mo bobusia
intimi ya na me sensan ase sika president na ekon sika president say SML aboa atiefo me ne honorable miracles ene wo ha ono ya adwuma presidency president said 2.45 billion Ghana cedis and SML aboa ma GRA enya nti we president at the buy if mu office honorable any akwaba hey honorable miracles
communications director Emma Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Baumia ne campaign
mon kwa we me offer o me offer obribu ahe mon kwa we
munya na mo pick up
mo man pick up
no fanya campaign
de me kwa kwaje
ofa ya said na bem
obribu ahe has been very loyal to Baumia
yes let's say mo man pick up
me kwa kwaje ne
he has been very loyal
very
to
ofa na mo man sika so o de befu
we no year aduma no even when he was not engaged what tell loyalty and a commitment I can't send you for who wale 2 years ago.
Wale yeshase ohambo.
Over 2 years ago. He believes in Dr. Baumia.
Was I no be a
friend pick up?
Was I no be a friend? No be he see KDM said also. Ya be wi ase nyina me be wi ase nyina. Me hu na no obi bo 4 times.
Mission airport
na say ni sika doso asin sika waje woni ho
there be say wale ni doso no prison wale
he is very committed commitment what this man
very
does
loyal
and you won't find it in several people you have a case said me bu ofunti ma twe me hu na you won't find it in him and he's truthful. Okano. Until I mean the fan said it.
Okano cray.
My fan said more
very loyal.
Mungo pick up man.
I want to pick up no from one.
Tundra. Me Masian Onika. Onika. What is I that?
Miracles.
Miracles watiana.
All times I'll speak for this man. Because
and he speaks nothing but the truth.
Yeah, man, pick up on Kwa. Be man cars.
He deserves it. Why Juma?
Yeah, man, fool.
Deputy General Secretary.
Why are they? Why
before what defend one more court bar?
Why are
it's just Dr. Baumia na di nkomo.
Okay, that is very good.
Na President Kufuor so ni information. President Kufuor so ni information.
Why are they? O nipa. you be come out. He deserves it. Why are
when him say the third and the fourth time mehuno your studio ha no wura ha
of me kwa de mbehia ba ko pe
na de unti asem say
this ya obribo ahe airport say na na obribo ahe ni
oh
such a noble gentleman
when him say oh yeah injury time minister akofo time oh yeah minister
for 19 no call 17 no call you know
there be onu kwa de kofo be free so no
okay
e be ka be I think 5 to 6 months no and we here interior minister
deputy
okay
I think deputy
as a deputy
deputy
yes deputy
and now to was I bon ahafo regional chairman of the Petroleum party
oh yeah the nipa be ya no why okano
and then his level his in-depth knowledge in law na no believe what he means sports no say me obo players dem say papa you want to say
sure I want to go show me
ono wan twen so obi medi bibi ansa no oye bibi
o so on the obey
o so obey ya obey
and
oh yeah very good
and such people have to be appreciated
na no be baby obi anyame nshraw good morning so pa
Ghana for
Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia bibia you deserve it
or the man so aje
nana or the man waje why adwuma
nana Akufo-Addo so the man waje
nana Akufo-Addo so she won munyama
sabi why adwuma see ebi mu a obi a wo ni bi
nana obi boy you deserve it
dog I me forward the SMF for the press statement about me forward the amount
SMF on office when o sa me hwe na o mo ni ko ho nya adwuma ni ye na o man ni hia om
the statement
such companies ni hia mo bo adwuma
ofa oni nya me adwuma
mesme da se pa woko Dr. Chankra eko akrochire training college omo ya mo se
akrochire na akrochire sa
broni na wan hu kan
okay so akrochire
na enye pose wan hu kan ode ko ono ne kasa ne mu
be ye na abafosam
ko kan sa eti se
Adansi University
yes Adansi University
no ani Adansi University
enu anu ko ho a na wotwe nienu won polish won paboa eni akokere mfuturo ni ho the whole Ghana
na kanenu na omo taba akrochire no technical no omanyinyini sa
na ho no na omo ye different courses ebi o modular mature bi na ye won kofo a okọ akokere o ho no ocho O level o wa akokere no ocho O level
akobi kura ba ho ono oba no wanyini eti oba no no se ne ma ye nso asesen na no
mi mate ba ko ni afre na ja mi classmate ni afre na ja de ni afi pa oto anu oda se eja na be de o mami gobi
na oni se bebe ba ya no amo de se ka ba Saturdays na no om timi ji adopa
da bi o na oni mi se ye wa akroke ne wo fa check the records akokere pe na ne ye wa anka ochat baby ya una ma otumiti anka di ne ma yanka o domet ne ma yanka o dan ho
o se kwamna boate
onim kwamna boate dia ofa wanyine na
da bi o me akwala kitikiti a wo be sare wofa
kwamna boate no o call pension be say 11 years ni asa onim na
na to no minim no ba bia
wa ma ofa anka se
school master
minim no
over area kan
o na nka bi
minim no kura
akonta boate ne
o na nka bi
akonta ped otumi si obi o gate o so ko hin o se pacho mi ko fie na where is that o se da bi o se won bia na o mutwa so ewo kwana no o se so kotu ase o fanya se odina no na ekon obi o kwa akokere bia bisa no
ubetu
ase otumi tu bia utu ayi stamps ni nyina o me de akokeche agosoja punishment o se ha no ye training teacher training or see training no say ye training train your head your heart and your hand we no now if you say dey na akokere ma na o me ye eyo sought after uko school akokere your ba we trigger them na wo do just oba bontia we are all round say work classroom try there
because promotion of girl child education in Ghana vocational education in Ghana emma omuma that time Dr. Efrimamu otwere odwubina akokefo so pe female voices na ne mom to pa tiri ne nsa ne koma ne adwen nyina nsia no pɛpɛpɛ etiri nsia no pɛpɛpɛ adwen nsia no pɛpɛpɛ koma nsia no pɛpɛ eyi ne adesua pa adesua mu adesua trodo eyi ne adesua pa adesua mu adesua wo ai me pa cho ko Rollins Park abenya bi wo na wapɛ bi ato me kwama that's Dr. Akye Ankra na mote ne nka no na meni Musafa Gbandi kwa di nkom na mamfa we mfa pacho latest home eno na meda so a me wonim die ne adeade nyinaa yi latest home mattress no yenkwa gina na yebua king size queen size double 1.5 no de keka nyinaa ye wo V sofa range a eno so no eye nkonya ya ye no foforo kra February mu an ba ye L shape ana afi nkonya no ye wo size bia bi design bia bi color bia bi ye woni nyina bi enso e wo ho na mpacho latest phone for ye introduce MDF bed wardrobe side drawers coffee tables center tables and the ekeka ho nyina tumlika na ka ho ne kwai ne kweto ye niam nyina bi in showrooms across the country. Latest home, your partner for life. Mustafa Gbandi Deputy General Secretary Edema NDC Amanyokono Mustafa memwache
Baka mejoso
na bokodi
Baka me radiato
and amen and now you sat through a presentation the running mate here mo yinu me maame Professor Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman ekenkan na eto say
yo bakwa mem se meda wase na masanso achia ya tiefu na se omtie bakwa ai tutel ra utie General Secretary kasa okaye utie National Chairman kasa okaye utie leader of NDC His Excellency John Dramani Mahama kasa okaye edifa Professor Jane Nana Opoku-Agyeman ho clearly she was a consensus choice of the party and reactions are both social media and commentators again demonstrate the fact that Subampa edini pari ho dance here na otie wono nso time by any okan ya Kwame two things and I'm there at all my dream one the obey vice president na se ebia ahokyere mre bi eba o man no kwan mu a onyina ba bia nkase na ono de oyemeti nti yamfa kwadu amo omampenyin enko a what it means is that there will be no time when NDC will not take full responsibility of its leadership in governance. Ebi ane aba na na vice president sebede yanko bo man penyin kwadu na me vice president inti constitution na nkata me president na asidun ketia chairman say o man penyin tie minti na edu ba bia edu no na general secretary de afa ha. That is a clear mark of irresponsibility in leadership. I was very happy, sir, Professor intimated from the word go to the people of Ghana, sir, or not yet. Under no circumstances would we separate the president from the vice president. Number two, or say all those who have been involved, who helped in the splendor of state resources, will be held accountable. Kwame Nkrumah Tikese, because that is the only commitment I am looking from leadership. Say, I can assure President Akufo-Addo and his appointees that the level of impudence and corruption we can assure them that we, the young people of this country, will not let them go scot-free. They will account to the last pesewa of state resources. National service personnel, President Akufo-Addo are buying at the Womoka 5 months. I mean, have we got down so low to that extent? Say a mebunu womo school. I say womo course their experience. Now womo 7 mine. Niye nyina ya sounds okay. Womo nya allowance kakra. Now womo mfanya transport. Some mebunu kwaya di womo ka 6 months. History will hold President Akufo-Addo responsible for the policy of haircutter, a far pensioner sika, and Kofua Oma Brady Womusika to bank. Na Nina Omuntimina banking cleanup, the shoddy banking cleanup, can Ofurata supervisor here in the process. Womama government appointees in Yi Womusika to woman pass here. History will hold President Akufo-Addo responsible. So I was happy that Professor made this, clear, ambiguous commentary that resonates with the call of the people of Ghana. Say, we must not let this current regime and their appointees go scot-free with the level of stealing, broad-day stealing of public resources that they have undertaken. And if they want, let them come out. We'll give them evidence, daily evidence of broad-day thievery, which President Akufo-Addo, President, Papa Nana, 80 years old, have supervised against the next generation of this country. So I was happy, Sir Professor Jenana Opoku-Agyeman came with that profound commitment with His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Everybody attests to the fact, sir. She is a woman of principle, credibility, and integrity, which presuppose, sir, whatever she says, she will do it. Whatever the situation is, she'll be transparent about it. Whatever circumstances we find ourselves, she will be the first to acknowledge and take responsibility and account same in good faith to the people of Ghana. Yes, Abra Akomde Yeno, yes, Yankuhu, Yamin, share a just by election near AC against MPP. Clearly, Ghanaians are not happy. Clearly, even supporters of the MPP are not happy with the mess that this group have, brought to the people of Ghana and their own political party. They have managed the country as if their children will not take responsibility for what they have done. Meanwhile, some of them, because of money and the things they will benefit today, they have forgotten, sir. And yet, Professor Jane and the Cardinal have well been accepted by the people of this country. I'm waiting to see what Baumia will say about this. Whether he will throw in the towel to say at this point he cannot match the card, or he will still want to come and try. Hare, Matisa, many opinion, Koku, Abanopawi, and all attack it, NDC attack it, National Chairman.
I was a National Chairman, say, Moko, a Wamakoinam, and Namu Munyankoi, and I'm to one of multi post, and Mamu. Where's my far? Where's my far? Where's my far? Simon call, now I'm quite hunting in you. Okay, we are not say. No, na platform ne hono eso kan no say it means say our unfettered access to the flag bearer na
yo Bakame for parent, it is only a bad parent who reprimands their children in the room and does same to other people's children in public. Sir, General National Chairman, let me criticize the MPP of management. He should be able, as a head of human institution at the NDC, to reprimand some individuals or elements within the party whose action may be genuine but does not adhere to the immediate advantage of the collective. NDC a human institution. Ipa wom obiara ne sɛdeɛ ɔyɛ ne nneɛma ɛfa. Na sɛ yɛn nuanom mu bi ahyɛ so ɛyɛ nneɛma bi a ɛbɛtwa yɛ ase a yɛsɛ ɔwofoɔ pa na ɔhyɛ discipline of his children from the beginning. Wontwɛn ma abɔfra no nsɛe ansa na wabɛka ho asɛm. One of the reasons why MPP have collapsed today in President Akufo-Addo's hand is just the same as parental irresponsibility. Say, wahye swama, enem na bia koso a wantimi anka ho asem. Ti by the time obehu say he wanted to reprimand his own party people. As I said, they have done harm to his own integrity, his own vision, his own political life, and made him one of the worst presidents Ghana has ever seen in our history. We will not wait, and we endorse that reprimand from the national chairman. Indeed, he said it categorical. At the time when flag bearer was, at the time when running mate was, at the time when general secretary was, and at that opportune moment, everyone that mattered in the NDC was at that forum. He is the commander of the troop. It is the national chairman and the general secretary who will produce a president for the people of Ghana. It is the party that will take responsibility of the performance of the government. President Mahama Bese Sabio Abofra Oda Obatan Yim. Obatan ni a party no, yani a government. Enti government no so bebano, a nipa number be wejuma. So if the chairman have seen some of the things that will affect potentially our government, potentially the mission and vision of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, or the collective drive or resolve of the party, it is his responsibility to say and vehemently say so. It is not in the capacity of Kuku Anyidohu to come and be castigating it. Kukwanyi do yemi ni apenyi pa o wonim se enanu yi ana communication officer bi oti regional com no di matempa because of Kukwanyi do say time one you see him suspending Kukwanyi do for misconduct no metunu fu say if I was him I won't write a letter to feel said today I still like Kukwanyi do and not him. At the time no I was saying the party leadership should quickly look at Kuku Anyido's issue as a medical condition other than a misconduct. And I still maintain that something is wrong with my senior brother. Because President Mahama, with him said, at the time that Kuku Anyido were in power, was preparing President
Wabeka say, party, ye joining, or was joining your branch. And a voluntary organization. Ade a voluntary organization. Obi and Wobetime you will be a free or a de facto member of the party.
Well, we have sacked him. He is not a member of the NDC. And he will lose public voice because clearly he is making himself an enemy of the people's voice. The grassroots of this party worked tirelessly to make President Mills a president who empowered our brother like Kuku Anyidoho. At a time when he had power, persons like himself was so powerful, said, like to call off Otimika the head must rule. That is Kuku Anyidoho for you. clearly a person who does not appreciate who have made him, a person who lacks gratitude, and a person who lacks candor to appreciate will be an abre amanoye ye. But for the grassroots of the NDC, I don't know where he will be. Namekano, President Mahama, wouldn't say what to boto musika. Ediko Kwani the whole US eco training in security. At the time, hoping that will give him a big honor in national security to go and work, which was one thing Kwani the whole always wanted to be put within the security framework so that he can function. At least he was the Deputy General Secretary in charge of operation at the time. Kwame himself Kwani the whole NT till today. I am suffering the legacy of Kwame Nkrumah in this party as a Deputy General Secretary in charge of operation.
Why? Why?
Have suffered same.
Why?
The legacy I want to Kunyanuno. Ama Omufisa Yenina Yabedi Deputy General Secretary in charge of operations, you know. That position is one sensitive position that gives you a lot of leverage. You are everywhere in the party, in the country. Everything that the party does, you are involved. Intiama Udimsa General Secretary Betuka and Bokra na Omususe Omama acting General Secretary. Because of Kokwanyi the Hosumainti. Because he hasn't left mark of responsibility in his position as a Deputy General Secretary. Enunti eno timinya to me he will contest his boss. Yes, okay, NDC is a democratic party. Uko Lusuya, he has not nursed to forgive himself, let alone to forgive the people who have not voted for him. Kokwanyi do di swa mana said no hwehwe bia onam sesia. Sesia they also set up a group their friend in Renaissance resistant group in the Volta region. Now Volta for Pamono. And I want to advise him because his own father is still alive. Samana said Ketia Kokra was some party way a grooming Crawford, a grooming or no Kokwanyi do. Chairman has children. I believe that Koku should give some respect to age and the elderly. I respect him so much. Even if he has psychological issues, and as I make it to see our Dani Keteke, at least so Okoda and Pasua. Let him think, sir. Chairman Asedun Ketia is an elderly person who has children, who have served this party, the longest serving General Secretary of our party. President Mahama was a vice president to late President Atta Mills. He's been a president of the Republic of Ghana. He is a hope, a beacon of reference by the people of Ghana when it comes to development. President Mahama, even if Kokwanyi is suffering for psychiatric situation, let him reflect. It is common sense that I'm telling him this morning. As for the election, we would win. If he wants to humble himself to come back to the party, let him do so. We will assess him and see if he is normal enough to rejoin our party. But he is not helping himself. And I'm he's not helping them with his own conduct of selfishness. Professor Jenana Opokwajima, even class 1 person, is in love with his comments and statements yesterday. What the national chairman said, you've heard commentators who say that this program is well organized and is very clear. Standogbe, but his handiwork, they brought out the light that Ghanaians are looking for in the NDC yesterday. And for me, that is what is very important. And then, Okwanyi do kotra also your reverend and opportunity to know what number na all kasa basa no. Kwame, you should stop talking to Okwanyi do because he doesn't have a title. He doesn't have a title. Only President Mills kotra Jubilee House. And now
Debbie, yanene kasa on social engineer because we NDC, near NDC di muntia.
I don't know MPP ninzo.
Na onye mi ni onye ndi
ti ni. Only President Mills or President Akufo-Addo timi ko di President Mills ho nkonkonsa.
No, oyede.
Omo di no ho nkonkonsa egu ni ho fin.
One
clearly Koku the whole stance is very inconsistent. On one breath, Koku says he has lost his memories because President Mills have died and died prematurely. On the other
hand,
he's the same person who got to Jubilee House. Any President Akufo-Addo did President Mills who konkonsa. And you allow President Akufo-Addo to tell you, sir, he is not developing President Mills' constituency because they don't vote for his party. Because he was giving money, Koku walked out bare-chested, very excited. This is a kind
where are working? It's not hinged on any factual you. They maintain.
Oh, Koku knows what I'm talking about. He knows he was in the Jubilee House gossiping with His Excellency the President about President Akufo-Addo.
Yeah, Mustafa.
He knows. Koku knows. President Mills' brother, Babontekra Bekasai, Emma Ahimfo, free President Mills' room, what is very important, remarkable about Professor J. Nana Opoku-Agyeman is that the John and Jane ticket, Central Region, after 2016, we had only 4 MPs there. And then we have over 13 MPs. No one should doubt the capacity, the ability, the strength, the credibility of the ticket John and Jane when it comes to governance. There is no way you can compare Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's leadership to what we have today. It's a mockery, it's a disgrace, an epitome of corruption, incompetence, lack of responsibility in governance. That is what President Akufo-Addo and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia gave the people of Ghana. And that is what they will be remembered for. So, Nyamensi say, at a time like this, Obatanya, Owo, Ayi, Babadaye, everybody vice president. Nyamensi say, teacher niya, Kwame Nkrumah Tikese school na, uko school out me via nam tu kotokum. Now why we are me akoche. Kwame no yebi. Hello?
What's it?
Uko school na ode nama je kotokum. Udu class ani achew.
Aye.
Na me yebi pa.
Aye.
Kwame, teacher for tini Daniel sa me yebi du baby ayedui. It is not a mistake. Sir, at this time, Ghana is in deep crisis. Even international debt under President Akufo-Addo, who is a lawyer, who understands the implication of covenant in whatever transaction internationally, knowing the implication that Ghana is not able to honor its debt, what it means to the next generation, a teacher, a female, a professor becomes a running mate. Most importantly, a woman. President John Dramani Mahama said something remarkable. Said her choice as running mate will brighten the light of women that have been deemed in governance. Her coming on board will resolve the difficult leadership crisis that our women, our sisters, our wives have been trying to resolve and to establish their importance and role in governance. So clearly, her candidate is Mofradie, and Kokradia, and Penifuadie, and Muruadie, Womu for the Escafonso, Edia. And the President Bahama has made it very clear, sir, under the John and Jane ticket, the Vice President, His Excellency, Professor J. Nana Opoku-Agyeman, would have an oversight on 3 key areas: education, health, children, and social protection. Okay. I realize from there that Ghana, there is hope ahead of us. I am motivated to make President Mahama a president come December. And then we and run a German is a class 1 meter.
Yay!
And Kanye no near the Betuaba. Kokwa cannot convince any Ghanaian because they know that he was the Deputy General Secretary of the NDC. They also know that Kuku Anyido is on the payroll of government to be attacking his own political party, particularly the national chairman of our party and His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Our refusal to mind him only demonstrates our level of tolerance to free speech and other things. But Kuku is not leaving a legacy for his children. And I'm very afraid that this should not be my end as a Deputy General Secretary. I'm praying so much. Sir, we never Maria yet.
Mame na wase. Mate. Ora Mustafa Bandi, Deputy General Secretary of the NDC. And I no atwen command. But the way from na fe your interview na any Dr. Sharp bedin komo smakakra ansana yatoa komo no so pacho National Petroleum Authority. One the cylinder recirculation model be abampacho tini. The initiative one the ba abebo yemfie hu ban said the buy gas and papai elikina was so ni passion ya shifie japade no de ade gas in cylinder ni bokra de ebo na atoso na say no recirculation model no asieni one more points one the cylinder ni bi asisi wo MPA4 na aye sanhye no enti wo de ne san ofie a wo fa wo ba ya feel bi ho dada na de wo de ne siwo no afa de ya feel ho dada no e de ekofie cylinder ino gas e wo mu nko na abetuaka cylinder de wo ntuaka esasa bi ma no asa de aba wo ba ya feel bi ho dada na wafa wafa cylinder no gas na wo mu na wo betuaka hye no so reduce smoke na for your safety and health na etimi abo pa na ebra na ye de boto to gas likin de de ni nyina atwam enti we no sa na oseme mo amane na nka aboyi MP and the Minister of Energy and na e de stamp etim so na memrai na Dr. Sharp abeka mensa Dr. Sharp memo akwaba
ego so a ajakwa me
na wo mpom ti sei
nyame na bofo da o ma ye ho ye
ami yen hyen komo ya sese ye kasa Dr. Sharp woni hwan
me da se me chia watiefuo nyina nso o kasa Dr. Sharp dia na wabudin kase a ekire se e wo se yade bia start na de be epe baabi ejina na nkunimdie de be etimi eba Dr. Sharp no ye nya yade enwo dwuma emma emexe anase entomfum ene ye ya ekontem etina din Dr. Sharp no ankasa no de ben eda mesomedina ankasa de emosunyako betimi dwumadie no ebura agwe ne ntiase so etina Dr. Sharp no dodo na efre mesane because obi mfa yade bi ma wonom entimi nsan ko impossible
betwa say ye na kese yare no wodi ba Dr. Sharp ho no an se ekwa ma wo abefua ebeko kura na ye odwumadie nsa ne etia no Ghana no nyina obi anim ye ena bebre so atienka na ne a onim ye no ena wonim sane ye dwumadie no etimi ye de be yesi ye efa na Dr. Sharp no aya bunini ba a wo firi nkransa ye firi ene kranka ne nanam na na ye saa nhaban ne ade no ena omunyina ni onum sese no nkransa north na wo ka no
nkransa ngasan nkransa fie
me tena ayi akunsa dumase
akunsa dumase de saa an e wonom de se hwa
na
hwa
edie be na moye se die be na moye e wo maso ye ho
Dr. Sharp Edin haban ene de sayade na yade bi enu onuma ewo dia ebetumi aba yahwe ya yentumi mfa haban no enye de ben ensemfiri onum emanipa no ne ho entono enti da bia no wo ma tie Dr. Sharp o ma tie Dr. Sharp edin ne nka no da bia e kire o se sieye eduo ma na se ho antowa bra yadusi kakura ba de ebe ma ye besan na jese ebasa na ya mo waste your time yes am 15,000 Ghana cedis 150 million assign the count for compensation what you say ya de bi agise ya de be yetre achachakwata ena kompo apart from no ya de bia ni atasofo sa asinso a wo de buy ho no ma ebetimi afueli a yentimi enyema saa na mepacho yedwumadie no etie entitem bia no nipa a Erashiba yeho woma ebi mi wo no ma doctors yankasa na direct wo mo ebi mi wo no ma asofo ene ne keka ho ene ahemfo ene akurampo police ni bi direct wo bi efri doma ema ne ba yehonom na dwumadie no sane ye dwumadie tie no haban kuwa ne yede ben yede na 2 million wode enso ewom esanse haban edi dwuma bebre ena obi timi mfa yade ema Dr. Sharp the demon chaser ehonom ensan ko a ne onya ayaresa eba ne sa eja kwa amie manemfro no mo amane se obi etie yen na so de ne yade eba Dr. Sharp ho nya doctor sia ya omuntimi entimi nye a operate sebroni na edikire nipa no sebibini na edikire nipa no apart from achacha kompo ena kwata so obi de ba obi tie yen no odi akire de ba na so frew ebi agya kwa me se otie wo anaso otie wo ni Dr. Sharp ewo OKFM oba ya no yade na etisei antimi a yesi abetimaye yantimi anye anko ofra wo bema 50,000 Ghana cedis
wow
ai memo 50,000 me shabu nyina ba akukura mpo obi anya 1 cedi mpo amanfo numiye ewo krom ene ade obi antimi gise bia ende me amase bia me na me de chawde apafra no obi anu no betimi ayede be ne nsa betimi akabi because yaba na me ye no na me che no eye me na namo na ye ewo bru ahafo enkransa yefre ene kranka na akwa ba bedu me so enti ye ka kire tiefo ne se obi wo anoma wode ne yade akini yage ni sika ama ni bibia krempa sei enso so no ni bibia nso asa enso so no bibi papa bia mfra yaresa no anya de ben entimi emama no odum adura enyeye betie ye honom no agya kwa me enya nkura asem anase agudie bina yedi wo honom yedi ode yade no ba kwa bia be fa so a yade no be ko bia no ye be hwe amana yade ben akọ ede amaw nti Dr. Sharp din no a wote no eno a se kire na no obi atidi na nanigi Dr. Sharp the demon chaser sanete
ma memre na memusa question we obi a no obi te kam na osi na bia opese konya number no kora ansa ne bia nkamodi abawie nti ye fa number bi ntudwa se de be ya obi ete kam na osia ana efe na bedu be na radio kora men wodu adwuma na ani so ha tie fa number ntudwa ne nto ankomo no so
mate numbers no ena me bobo 0266 14 another 146 9 0266 14 another 146 9 050 554 19 96 050 554 19 96 020 489 7454 020 489 7454 eno no WhatsApp ka ho 020 no ye WhatsApp nso mepacho 80 numbers no ena yede atudwa no yabobo ede akire obi bia no enti obi fra enkura no ebefa ena omom befa no bia so no omo ye train enti enkwen se bia ne sharp ankasa bekasa ansa ni nyina ne se wodo yade no ebetu anamo abaho ebi mu tukwan ekwa South Africa ni ade ekwa bre epa yaresa enso mu nya bi enso bi wo mo hwena no yawo but eja kwa me nie won se bibia no obi ti ye yadeɛ bi ba ye coronavirus ba ye kuru bi mu nso survive ye enti obi wo no ma saa netie obi wo no ma onte ye nkada ne onte ye nkada no no obre otete ewa yadeɛ nti a wo tu sika bebregu ya no mo no agya kwa me hwɛ yadeɛ bi te sɛ mama nkyɛ o yadeɛ we yo yadeɛ bi te sɛ ebia sɛ me ma o da bi te sɛ duro sɛ sia me ma odi asi kyire bɛyɛ 1 hour time pepepe wudi asi kyire bia medro nso nkyiri adeɛ bia nya yɛtua wo esan yadeɛ nti sɛ oba me hono ma me ma waduro na ma start am wadi saa adeɛ no because ya waduro Mami papa na obia otie mi e baabi ma bibi na dawo se opa yaresade a me kire o se fuani akire Dr. Sharp the demon chaser ho na se ne tie bia no enya de a wo be de ben wo be boka atoaguda na opani Kwame me kana me se asisu biom obi ba mi ho wo se ye aduro we se ma no ne ho anto no ma ne mfra me si ofra wa wo no memo 50,000 tetediano 500 million what yes I on from no nka ebi nsi midi 5 years wa munya ene nipa ba kumpa ode ayibeba ye friends obe comment say ye aduro man no antimi anya de be antimi anya nipa cho bi nsi da ye waga na anom enye se ne start ye adwuma radio stations ni TV akasie bebre na no enkrofo hweye sawe insama ye kan nyina no bebre so ateda dada wate ne mecho enti yenim kusie a ote kwa nchen so ni mirikatu a na okukuduro na obi biara obi onuma ade no yabe dada wa kansem bebre betini nipa nankasa no oni ade no eho akade onim kwanya ye fa so eya de ben eya ade no yade eya yawade e wonioma edeba obi onuma ofum obi onuma sei ni nyina yenim kwanya fa so a yetoto ema ade no edi wachi no etimi free oron prekope
baba me to ase adok mo ye hunam fra de no du ba bi so mutimi hu se we de hunam ehunhum fram so
ahunhum fa sesi akra no Dr. Sharp enekita the most promised spiritual center in West Africa we no ayi mami o mami nanaya ono kwa ne hande we say ne de ma Dr. Sharp on Friday 16th March ye twami ai Dr. Sharp the whole West Africa ni na onekita the most promised herbal and spiritual center of the year 2024 to 2025. Wow. Mikita we na award me na mikita. Sesi an eguso ye adwuma. Enti obi ba ye onoma, ye hwehwa de kodia ayi yade na nkasa ne foribai baabia efiri ba e wase yesra ne yasre sanete ye de ye yi ani ena me wono mususu no ya nyisusu mu bribe bia emfi obia ho ye adwuma frenchem sa wode adwuma no ba na opase ye ma wode a me pa cho enwa ne se ye de ben ye na ohu aye de ben ato me se asisu biem mani pante se me se obi etu anamon ede ba Dr. Sharp ho na se me ma ntimi anye aduro yade na ode ba ma ntimi ansa amana me de ne sika ma no me se ama 15,000 Ghana cedi obi akrampo nya ba akompo esanse oba me ba cho ye betimi aye de ben aye ayade no afionum egisa chacha kwata ena kompo sa nete ena mumu obi emumu nsusu dia yenye bet se nipa no okasa dada ena kasa no atekwa me na meka kyose no no yebeye amakasa no nyina ye de ben aba sa nete enti enye aba no so nkwa na ye de ye adwuma sa nete
papa modern haban eye adwuma nubuna eye adwuma ne de ke ka ho na yare ben ena mode sa haban ene nubran eye
yetimisa prostate cancer kidney problem sebroni na aka chi o sadia ben ho in heart yesama ne ko diabetes asthma yesama ne ko kura 50 years kura mpa would enwane so de baba yesama ne ko stroke condemn one kura na nipa no wote hwiche ma na no nso no yebetima hwe na ma na sore anante majestically sane obi anante pepepe yade ndia meka se meka obi wo no ma ohwe ade a nani so no eye ni wisiwisi eni se nani so ni ye ni wisiwisi a se enye bia diabetes in the woman ebetiti kakra nani so ye ni wisiwisi a ade wo no hu no ye use just 5 minutes per 5 minutes per ya mano ayisi ya ko me pa cha no anu no gina no ma na ninu so be ya kra sadete enti yade ne de edoso na aya ye be sheda abubo lipa gusu tie na ye be sheda abubo enti no obi frɛ yen na obi sase no wakase ebi ayade we sei mutimisa eno anu ne na mecho se gise achacha kompo ena kwata what ya se ena emu apafre no bibia yade bia no masa Kwame entimi fa Dr. Sharp the demon chase nim entimi nyade ben enko a yentimi empam no emfiri honom emma asumdwe emma ma nipakro no obi honom a so ekuro da ho edi how many years eso said anya yebetima kunu yebebre edwumadie ne de edoso yebebre hepatitis eyede be hepatitis kura na mepacho eno ane se odi aba yebetimi aye afron bi mu kura mpo wo kwalebu a omo hepatitis B ni ade omo je dro we ho a omo ho ye kura akase ya ne ya awasi ye yi omo mpacho so wate ase enti yarwane de edoso obi blidi a ni oblidi kura no simple ayi so obi blidi a metima kire na duro kakra bi a enuru 2 cedis kura a when you should be 30 minutes bleeding na nya me pa cho na nya Dr. Sharp na kire no
wow
what in your mecho no
me to ka say mu a apart from say mu am be mani pakro aduro ayaresem no mutimi kire ne say fa away ye eno ano
dabi eno no we ni de me de kire ade keke say aha bet obi be ho no ma ye de haban na ye de ben ye de hwe no ye hwe ya nene tenasi di nkomo ena obi ba mo no ma me consultation eye 200 Ghana cedis eno no yaji anu ya na ye ne wo ayede ben atenase o ma tworo card ama hu ya ne wo atenase eno anu no me pa cho yade no eye dia be mpa me pa cho eno anu kidney yade wo ato dialysis so broni na de wo ato so hwan ena de wo ato so oba ne yantimi anya amawa neke se yedi nyamono no obi on no prostrate yedi rubber ahye ne behemem sabe yedi rubber no me ba cho me nimu yi bet Johnson no de metini ama na flow ententem e de idea ben e de ama ho e de obi on ma from 1 year to 30 years no sanitary hu emfu ya eno so no ye wo ni nyina yi wo ho eniama no doso enuaman doso breast cancer obi wonu ma ne nofo no ayekro anase bibisa ni nyina yeyema wa ebekokura bi wonu ma bibi dam dendenden gise omutwa yema wadura ni nyina no ebenane ama ho ayede ben ato saadete enti aba ne de eja Kwame dwumadi a nyame nam yeso edidi no edoso ebro agene ntiase so ena yemfeli obia ewa Ghana no da gise ne ebia wana woya ho a ompese o beto de saadete apafre no obua ena obi wo no nsusu a nyankopon mira so ama no se ebia offering fratias frasasi so apafre no obi enu ono ma eja Kwame obetimi abaye ho a obetimi akase ya drama no entimi anyeye ena me kire o se woni referee obi frew se e baabi afidie bi obi atie anum yo okay anum nye information center ekwa akire obi atie bi ne ye kan a police fu atie bi asojafo ne ne keka ho se obi aye witness ana enye sa ena we na ye asama me kan mo record no da wa kosi afebo ana enye sa
at the Facebook
live ya wo Facebook obi anim Sharp Dr. Sharp the demon chaser obi anim no enti police ni odu nipa ba no ne antima anya that means ya fraud no masa mama papa unya hu bibia da ye won haba any tumi ni amode a etimi ye adwuma ema hoto de ben eba ema obi na ada o enkochiri antu sika enya de ben enwu Dr. Sharp de dimo chesa no me pa cho ye ni branches so ba bia ye branch ye ba ko ye kasua ADB bank in Chenho, a new market, a Hanamana, Yaya Juma, every day be asono, Yaya Juma, a Chenyamema, every day, Monday to Sunday, and a Pabe says, Echo Boba Yenidia, Nakase, Yatenasi da.
See location, mobile.
Location, oh, by a wa. And one is ubenya kaswa ka ufa kaswa ka no asiwa kaswa overhead na se
okay
usu overhead na se anu afa ka eco new market kaswa new market no akase ubesi wo ADB bank Agric Development Bank ADB bank usia ya Agric bank no uko wani dana to aso no fansa right wa fitting shop bi o menu am na share wo udu ana obisi obi asa uko Dr. Sharp oduma obi abaye de ben ebe kirew baby ayewo everyday bi aso ye adwuma e de consultation no enu na hu nyaye because ye nim nyantia enu no hu nyaye pa no e 200 Ghana cedis na uba waboa ho kakra nso se uba na ye no tenase na ne ye beje no se sika na nso a ye wa aduro nti ye be ma o aduro no na watua bi ubagi aduro ni nyina na ya de ben na wutua ne nkakra na ye ma waduro ba ko a me na me ka kire obosi akura di mirika be kwa akobo e de aye de ben e de aba betoa ya de no so sanete because nduro ni haba na ye no eja kwa me enya nkura asem e na me che se Ghana no West Africa nyina no Sharp kita award kasiye pa eye current wafa be 3 kura okita be 3 ai Sadete
abusuafo ye ni Dr. Sharp na atwetwe nkomo na ye di nkomo no ebe wie no doc di kanfa numbers ni sa to dwa biom
me numbers ni 0266 14 another 14 6 9 0266 14 another 14 6 9 020 489 74 54 020 489 74 54 050 554 19 96 050 554 19 96 0266 14 another 14 6 9 020 489 74 54 Dr. Sharp ni numbers no bia ofra ebego tru on say nipa no edoso enya anko na yekasa entu fra na ebia yebiza keep on calling and say ugusu frefra na say woye yi a won sabeka se oyira kura ye onum kura mpodi anya yira kwan enwa se obenya ka so aka na waka se obesu aka so overhead na se usu overhead na se a nu afaka eco new market nu aka se ubesi wo ADB bank se usi wo ADB bank ya uko anim ka krebi a on side right ubon se mfutu kwan bi da ho anase on time road bi da ho fitting shop bi wo ye nu om na share wo anase ehwa no udie ubi so bi ase o Dr. Sharp onuma obi abaye de ebe kire everyday bi ansoso no me ya adwuma se sia me fia no ma me ko tenase ahwe enkrofo akwa bobaye ebia 5 something to 6 ansa na ya de be yapon in everyday bia no Dr. Sharp the demon chaser wa ya adwuma e na me kire se eja kwa me se ma ba and then you bodate to way. Obi bao, no, I said no one to them is one flow, Obi Frewa. Member of 500 million. But one same woman, you radio yaso, says Dr. Sharp Cramponi Drew. One, and Cranise Kumekurano, Ebinsi. Gise nipano ende wa ama sanete me abuni ba me firi nkransa ye firi ene kanka sunsum ne tumi ne ahoden ahya me ma a me ya adwuma sanete.
Okay baba ne ye beda asepa na yesre nyampa de amount your last words ni say
enti nia emo bi enwene se nia ye no so obi daada wo se ene watie bibi so na bibi di akira obi enu onuma oni bibi a obetimi aye bibi ana obetimi aye aduro enti ye nada ena oyade no so unya no first day no nka aduro awo no no etimi koya nka enko 10 days ana 10 years ana 15 years enti unya aduro ni yesa yade onuma esa yade one day na onuma aduro nka koya nka beka so me ma area no dana na koye ana se da say edi 10 years or one dia na kese ma area duro na anu ni nyina no na kese enkwano no nti na wanya years di amano no enti fu ani kire ye ho na ubehu bibi sharp bem wo hu bibi ewo wani so ubehu so wahia broni bo firi nkransa ye firi ene kranka a wanye bribe asunsum ni tumi ni anwode wone so me tuns afro bia ya de ye hwe bia nyame ba bia nipa bia ye hwe no ye nkiri hwe we ye ho ye bibia pepepe ede bua nyame ma obia waba obia enu anu obetima ka se ne hunto no ndia na oboa ebi nsida
mate abane ye na ase pa
yo
ese da ase papa eni ni di nkomo yi eye Dr. Sharp na dog ayi mame ayi bim direction ni bim
direction no o ba ye ho a ufa ka asuaka akra ha ka asuaka nuaka so besi wo overhead nasi usi overhead nasi a nuafa ka new market car nuaka so ubesi wo ADB bank agric ADB bank nusu ya ba ko pena wo ho usi wo no ma ukwu anim kakra bia on side right fitting shop wo nuaka se o kwa Dr. Sharp wo ye no na share wo anase wo no eda entem sanete na kese waduru ha no everyday bia so no ye adwuma wo ba wonyira wo de okai ADB wo fa new market na okai ADB bank na eno anu no usia enya den ya ne obebisa no security fo ne ayi no ubisa bia obi abekire Dr. Sharp de demon chase ho sanete
kwasi ara nyina mo adwuma
everyday gisade anche bronya salade baka salad nyina da bi everyday bia gisade anche da bia ye adwuma everyday
apa ene o man so de wase
eso me da o mase pa
yo Dr. Sharp ne ne edi nkomo ye home so aba ye ba na afei ya toa program so eda mo ase
Okay FM 101.7
Efiura, me mwachi o Efiura. Yeson.
Machi o Efiura. Efiura me chia wonye so.
Hey, Eura, enfase ma msu. Wati? E ba enfase sa chia me. Mo yem no.
Won so pepe.
Hey, oh, wafi, we dia me pese oni Efiura bekon. Efiura we dia ye kwa sori abo. Eura de. Mo kwa sori. Ye ko paye. Eura de ka soro ho a. Wati? E be se wo ba hwa wa kraba kumpo wunya. Onipa da se netimi koto this way chocolate drink no ne yire ne ma edi nsuo hie twabia nom anopa no wi a wasade bia hye fridge mu wo mako school pon a wasan ba be yia nom enu mpore se ne nka ene twaso mu pa ene erekore ne fie wura beti ha anopa dio awia dio enumre dia mo no makodeo mo mame na mu wi a ma soro akotra so ndem se ye kosum ya
me say na dia ya late nso me yanki kabinche Efiura ya wi a yakosere body fate ke Efiura wuti fia say light bi no water bi oba wuntua bi wo bo say sika na fa koto this way chocolate drink na ba nom
ka hwe me ka chiro pre nya pre fa say this way chocolate drink no metumi ato bi pa na so na me de so mo ahwe wate e de me hia ne nsuohie na nsuohie so me ntoi say me bufu a metumi ato bag mu a wate
ye Efiura we nko de ma abunfu e ko to nwenhwe
Efiura fi de ya bre ma abunfu bi
munyam sumponie na mo ba ya trimodefo
FGA agi edwedie nkratoi atom
afidie be ye eni gisemo bo minia abrebia obeto la Vons 210 grams and 2.2 kilograms kilograms. And now on the 2.2 kilogram tomato mix. So be a chance in so. Now who code BR. Send the cost star 380 star 25 hash. Nejia chenye say airtime, mobile phone, and now television set.
Lavon's tomato mix. Love day inside.
FDA aji ejadi nkra twe atom.
If you get LPG, let me see your hand. Who are girl?
Mr. Menu, I'm not happy with you, cry.
Oh, landlord, what is it?
Me, what is the problem? How can you allow your wife cook with charcoal and firewood? Don't you know smoke is harmful to your wife? Don't you have gas?
Oh, landlord, me, I've been using charcoal since so.
You're not current at all. Now every Ghanaian uses gas because it's safe and convenient. Just one matchstick, and you're good to go. Food cooks faster and the taste is retained.
Hey, landlord, be that.
Hey, you think I'm joking, eh? New rule, no gas, no accommodation. Even you just paid your rent, eh? And my friend, come for your money and leave my house.
Hey, landlord, if you make a mistake and you give me this money, I'm not going to move. I'm going to buy gas.
Don't be left out. LPG is safe and convenient. This campaign is brought to you by the National Petroleum Authority and supported by the Ministry of Energy and the World Bank. Contact our toll-free number on 0800 12 300.
Ama na mirika ye ya me say na nsanse de kodwo ho na ma ye me de mirika kopese me na fofora bedware no me de sem na wodo opi adware no nanso de ate anete na woso guardian ahwe wo tete guardian samina kokko no ana ane Unilever Ghana champion carbolic samina yi a dodo no afa ne guardian no ebo ho na mani ban fi nyare wa ho sese mpo de ya sesa ne din na ko live boy carbolic soap sa na ya samina dada no ade ane ne din pe na asesa ebo adwuma pepepe na menye bia towe wobenya live boy carbolic samina to e wo dwom anastos ahoduo mu ene mi dimirika ekoto bi wo na shop ho basesia live boy carbolic soap ye guardian samina dada noa ye chinidi what is a champion carbolic samina no say your friend live boy carbolic ana samina kwakwa Ghana fo ni gye ho no say your friend live boy carbolic enye din foforo nanso adaso bo honamani bayan kasa afri mu a ema honamani nyarewa enti bodawro na kwaje o live boy carbolic samina ene ya FDA agye adwade nkrato yato ejaba boni di adwo ama wubi eti ya menu afa hin na mahwie fufuo ti ase dada minya wofo yi papa so ba fie ni anwie fufuo ya asam aba na so oben wadi fufuo edi mpreni ne mpresa da kro ba ye de ni ehwie fufuo a akode wo nwane adwo mo adwuma se me ni fie adwuma de mi ni fufuo kakra ba wo madie no ene wotu metwa mada pasa aso wo kan na matiri nyira wati ate na make am mebo a ebo de odi komum na se sia de obra to otwa fufuo ai wo wodwo mo pam na wo ma asiu na wotimu aba na wo sadade na wo temfra kwada ne nyina tuatwa make say ya need food sadaroma wo bia mani ye pa ya wa yam body fufuo ne mankani fufuo a wa ne powder wo de gu da kam kama ya yefra no need fufuo enya no bi na masori ba ntilizi kama me di ye yo sese bia ma me hwe oh e bia need fufuo eye kama say body fufuo ne mankani fufuo papa bi na wo kan say twan eposim na ede na me so kan so ento simanu mpɛ no wa wie wo hwie wo kwa papa bi aguso betwese de ama mani kura agisa ne fufufura ho ama mkoto bi kura ba ne se de Ghana fo sipom fufuro no eno an wo ye nu enti se wo hwa fufue won pampampa wodom ne we nu a wo ho susuna bi awom wo nso de body ne manken fufuro papa bi aganie eni afi na fufuo na afi na wo bedi pa ne se de wo bedi ne se ne wo fa mogyaduro ana pawia ne anadwo a wo koda ne fufufura e wo wo fi a eni gyenko a
FDA aji ejedie nkrato yi atom
you listening to me on the radio. I know exactly what you need and I go sort you out. But first, a quick introduction. Me be the connection man. I'll make things happen. Whether it be business, fashion, or the latest trend in town, I go connect you. I know when people connect, big things they happen. I am the plug to your plug. Anything you want, that's sorted. I go show you where options they line them up for you. You want download or you want stream? Link up. I got you. I conquer everywhere. From circle to Keketia. Yakuma to Navrongo. Jiosu to Kita. Techima to Kumbungu. I'll be the link between you and the next big opportunity. It be me where I go connect you, make it happen. Oh, you want to know my name? I am Telecel.
Switch to Telecel for the best value voice and data services and connect to the things that matter. Connecting dreams, connecting goals, connecting passions.
Telecel, connecting energies.
Okay, FM 101.7.
Okay, 101.7. So, me pa mo chow end point homeopathic Dr. Duboating. Yare bia we are to me kind of end point homeopathic clinic na won't yare na say emfama now wo hepatitis infertility men and women ba ne be ma mo pa wo me pa cho wo ulcer e na wo siare ana spine problem fabra ho sciatica yare otu ase yare biara efi utizo be pemu na se wani yare fabra Dr. Boate uti pe bi wo bones mu nka se mu a fabra Dr. Boate no ontu ase emfama wo ba odi mfidie si so na afidie na che baby a problem no na afidie na twaduro dia ma wo no ma ne ko obi mfa no yare ma end point homeopathic clinic in Safa yare ne nsa na chi enko kwa na wo ba homeopathy no na yare sa na ode saw yare na end point ese bra na one saw yare na wontu ase hu emfama hospitals will shell signboard akra Telecommunication to do after Junction go straight to Apogee Gardens for Sunday clinic Kumasi branch no Nkrumah boy Angel Education School next spectacular branch no o anaji police station next prepare we bi e wo bunu tachima henswa wani Jasper filling station dey hwe animu na we bi wo Western region Eziama na doctor amamu 30 minutes me pam cho mon fan friend no say ya doctor amamu 30 minutes mon fan friend say ya na number no 0244 86 70 68 0244 86 70 68 0244 86 70 68 end point homeopathy clinic na yemfa enu kwada na SML ehun semsem ya ene wo fa daily graphic ya de wade abetudwa KPMG audit finds tax revenue increase. SML cleared to continue work. Na yeni yewura Atik Mohammed entry enkomo. Atik me mochi anopei.
Ejuzo bra Kwame.
Na boko die.
Ya mi ja chemi o na monso.
Boko pa. Na SML reporter KPMG for ye de koma mampani so de ababonte na wo hwe mu no eden na wo ne ye beche e wo saa ensemi mu daily graphic crowd you see SMA cleared to continue work.
It has really come with chief one and like when him that no media issues of revenue and issues of nyoma ebua mayenya ana ebua Ghana man sikasem I am particularly interested in, and especially the organization I work for. These are some of the things we focus on. Good economic governance. And one of the themes that underpin good economic governance, any increasing your revenue collection as a share of GDP, and as before. And this is an important issue. Eda Makumaso. Lady Ubeka, let me say, when this whole conversation began, we can say, this is an important exercise. The Patrick Juma SML for a and then they had the documents as were available to me at the time, share more and I'll share more. Kobe who said new mana accuse you more of doing none the Bible na and credit. But of course when people allege Ninyanze Ben Jumana Yadinukrano Abeto. Now Abede say some of the people are accused of no, but let me start saying this point. First and foremost, SML4 have been able, even through the audit, to increase government's revenue by over 2 billion. Even though SML4 have just had and have taken receipt of a more statement via more issue, they even disagree with the figure KPMG is quoting. Almost a bruiser. According to them, it's in the region of 14 billion, not even 1.7 billion liters. As
a region of 14 billion?
Yes, not 1.7 billion liters, as KPMG is even saying. What is here? Which means that according to SML, the volumes are even understated. But nonetheless, the principle is that Ejumana Omoyeno, Ejuma. Buying sikatem and buying tuono kosro. That for me is the bottom line. That the job and has led to an increase in government's revenue. And even though according to SML the volumes are even understated, which tells you that government is even getting more than KPMG catching. But let's even work with KPMG figures. 2.4 billion Ghana cedis is good money anywhere in the world. What the bad dollars more using a necra exchange artificially. You use a new crown or crana. We are talking about $600 million.
Hey!
Oh yes. And if the work SML does can save us this much within the subject period, and that is between
$600 million.
Absolutely.
Wow.
What I say, Ejumana Omo can save Ghana this much. Which else you say? Yeah, sure, you may Ukraina. If we have like 3 of SMLs doing that revenue assurance monitoring and revenue audit, I am sure, sir, we can save a lot in this country and may not even need to go borrowing. And on that thing, KPMG, I disagree with some of their findings. And say SML4 also, Eddie a bit trigger, or more recommendations, or more findings need or money or money. And one of it is the external price verification finding now. According to them, a Juma items a data. But what they have failed to recognize is what items does the volumes as are recorded by items are to be audited by SML. So because about Petroleum is a different ball game. So what SML does is actually to audit what is already recorded by ICOMS, but not what ICOMS does. Because sometimes ICOMS recordings, there are discrepancies between any what they've declared to NPA and the Revenue Authority. And the SML is to audit what comes to ICOMS and reconcile that with the declarations that NPA and nothing for them. Because external price verification is for you to be able to tell us, volumes are okay, would you feel amount on the buy, and do not Uba Ghana, I could scrap a recordee. So you can't say that because there is an inbuilt recording mechanism in ICOMS, and Nunu or Muya is duplicity. Because sometimes between Amanoni and Ghana port, you only between either or Puso, and I'm sure you are fully aware. So some of the petroleum products get they vanish on transit to Ghana. You declare, me importing back 10 billion, analysis 10 million liters. Now between the point of import, any Ghana, liters may be Ira. I could not be able to discover near Ira or Pusuno because it only discovers what gets to the port. And the SML is able to tell that between every one and any bedroom port, if there is a discrepancy, they are able to tell. Into external price verification are very important. And their recommendations there, I disagree with that.
Mm-hmm.
And my humble plea to the president is that the president should consider reinstating that part of the contract for them to continue doing what they are doing.
Mm.
The other issue is
that you should tell me they may terminate.
No, once you say they may terminate, what you are indirectly saying is you are giving them the discretion to decide that. So what if they decide to say, we are terminating? What must say? You do not leave the room because already, my view is there are some people who feel that they should have been the ones doing this job. So once you create that room, no matter how small, they will take advantage. What must say? And no change. They bit about upstream and then minerals audit. I share the view, even though KPM Jankasa said there could be revenue leakages in these areas and in these sectors, the upstream petroleum sector and then minerals. But your mark can say, before I had the contract, they need to do needs assessment. But my understanding is that, and indeed consistent with what SML has issued, almost prior to the contract, needs assessments were done. So, here, on what basis are they proceeding to say, because these assessments aren't costing terminating contracts, and that there is a possibility that there could be leakages into young needs assessment. But my understanding that documents were even adduced to support the fact that needs assessments were done. But whatever it is, if the president agrees with that recommendation that needs assessments be done, and that in the interim that contract be terminated, I have no difficulty. But what the word of caution I am issuing is that if there's going to be any needs assessment process and subsequent award of contract, it should be transparent. There should be transparency in the superlative, which means that the highest level of transparency is what we'll be looking for. Essence there, situation be a yedi way ye chobi contract mo. Now before we realize now see obi na ye jumano. Adan ya o move for itire koye needs assessment na yesi yamfama obi fufro no nye. If you disagree, say needs assessment was done and ubeye fufro, let it be transparent. And I dare say any sector, our tax receipts are dependent on volumes. And yet there would always be revenue leakages because people profit by under-declaring. What is here? And I always cite the example of communication service tax. Because government's communication service tax, any VAT on communication, is dependent on how many stock minutes are recorded. Now, telcos, we're bringing under declared call volumes.
Sure.
Because the under declared volumes, the difference, and in the same way, upstream petroleum sector, if they under declared the number of liters they are producing per day, minerals, if a mining firm under declares the amount of gold they have produced and other diamonds they have produced in any particular business day, and in a particular business month, the undeclared volumes comes to them, and I come to them as Sika. Until there's always an incentive to underdeclare. And to me, I have no doubt there are revenue leakages in these areas. If there's these assessment, I have no difficulty. But let it be transparent and let it be such that at the end of the day, Nipana the contract because I have that belief there. They would find revenue leakages and they would find the need for revenue assurance monitoring and revenue audits. But a man who to say, like I said, at the end of the day, no be a feature could decide Jumano. Now, finally, Obekai, before this report was finally produced, Mitikanka said the president hastened in suspending the work of SMF.
Okay.
I disagreed with that suspension. And I said, look, what if it turns out, say, Juma, SML, Juma that brings about revenue. Between the period he suspended any the production of this report, look at the amount of money we have lost. What was here? So now, KPMG has confirmed that Juma actually results in government making more revenue. So between the period he suspended and now, how do we get it back?
Yes, Anka.
Exactly. So I said that with the caveat said, if it turns out KPMG finding at best, they are not entitled to a dime. But if it turns out a juvenile save Ghana money and that it increases our revenue, a juvenile within that period, I see the contract never terminated. Now you see a terminated contract, but the period is suspended. Ghana lost money. Maybe look at the volumes we are talking about. And this is lost revenue that can never be received. That's why I sounded that question earlier. Said, your suspension of your contract may be ill advised. But put in place some caveats. Say if it turns out the audit report on HPS then they are not entitled to any payment. Okay. But say as has been confirmed now, Ghana, revenue, then let it continue as if they are still working within the terms of their contracts. Well, and this suggestion also says there should be a fixed instead of variable fee structure. Well, I do not know the thinking that went to it, but I am not in the position to say that is better or it is not. Because my view is that if there is a fixed fee structure is it going to be indexed against volumes? Such that it says for every 10 million liters and now 1 million liters, this is how much you receive. If you are able to receive. And now what is that going to be? Because if you have a fixed fee structure, that is not indexed to volumes. Now, I look at what say the kind of work as super because Suba's contract was such that whether they are able to discover differences in call volumes or not, they can 75 million
which was bad.
So once that fixed fee structure in the nature of Suba for the end, you are even discouraging SMF from working. Because Nyombe can say, whether a Jumano discover volumes and discover volumes but that is for SML and government to discuss. I am sure at the end of the day, the Minister of Finance, GRA, and SML would come to a reasonable fee structure for all parties. But I, like I said, have issues with saying that external price verification. I have difficulty. Because the way I'm for LG, because once they come and they find a way to say that volumes when it better items, there's no further way of checking whether indeed volumes are declared items, and then the omokrafi amononino and there's no other way. The SMS system was the only way to find that out. Once you take that out, we are going to lose the revenue. And for me, my main way enter to there. And I'm happy SML has disagreed with portions of the report. My understanding is that when there is an audit report on an entity, the copy mount. Sometimes there is queries in the form of your friend management letter, your throw management letter. It is in that management letter they raise queries. Oh, where the documents we Yansan can't say anything. But Ufa and one document by anything. What are they? Then let them respond to the queries. Before you then do the production of your final report. My understanding is that SML didn't get a copy of the report they produced.
Oh.
And yes, and they are relying on just the communication that the director of the presidency, the director of communication at the presidency, Eddie Mayer, I am further urging, sir, that report needs to be made public. The KPMG report must be made public.
Okay.
Because what we are reading is just a summary by the presidency of the recommendations and the findings.
At least in the Quran, say the executive summary of the KPMG report.
What it is. And the full report, what person can executive summary, what time to read the entire report. Why and how they came to this conclusion. That's my appeal to the president.
Okay.
That report must be made publicly available because it's an audit on Myanmar FIA in so that we can all read and understand because SML4 are taking contrary positions to some of the findings.
Okay.
How do we reconcile the two? Unless we have the benefit of our reports now.
Okay.
If we have the benefit of the full report, then we can make a headway. But I am excited for one thing, sir. Yes, you are so. Apart from the regrets that I indicated earlier, and the warning I gave earlier, sir, we might be losing money if we suspend Omejumano. And also, apart from the issue of external price verification, I think all in all, Ghana is in a good place because Omanga Zaika said there are other qualitative mechanisms that SMLD have to that you can monitor real-time volumes in and for. And the idea is a good step going forward. And I expect SML and the other players, Ministry of Finance, GRA, to have a roundtable discussion. Because my interest is how do we maximize our revenue? How do we increase our revenue collection? And how do we increase revenue as a percentage of GDP? Our revenue to GDP ratio is one of the lowest in the sub-region. How, if you read the GRA annual report, the 2022 one, you realize that there is a great deal of room for improvement. And some of these interventions, and the why I may increase tax revenue to GDP ratio.
Mini ameda se no pay pass e waje bere na ne atwetwe nkobo.
Isu me that you.
Yo. Obani ane twetwe nkomo yi eye Atik Mohammed. Ena ye ne twetwe nkomo okay 101.7 eso. Na me fa we ntwam na fe ye fa nkomo atwato mra. Live boy carbolic soup eye guardian dada na kokko no na edi dware no na yi efi na fake germs ahodo e woni pa body nyina efi ho eno na aba say no eye live boy carbolic soup treat skin rashes ni ade protect hu di dware akama pa kope bi to ba bia oton provisions bia na wo ko awose wo pe live boy carbolic soup eye guardian dada na obenya bi wo shop bi e ben wo sell medical kan no one customer care nam to free 0800 2030 0800 2030 live boy carbolic soup was guardian dada na kope bi fe dware oni abusua ni nyina enye kama pa me ba mo chow Lavons tomato mix any Hondi tomato mix will be a you soon come pa na would ye stew would ye jollof would ye quine soup any idea echo ye intimate from 4 restaurant 4 woman will fear no woman na a you subi your friend your friend Lavons tomato mix and a Hondi tomato mix na ebra so se wo chemwache de Happy Sunshine Company Limited ko fa ba no wo be chemwache de na say no waye no se woto Lavons tomato mix 210g and 2.2 kg and honey tomato mix 2.2 kg. Make sure say won to ni mieso no entwene e lead no ento ntwene 8-digit code bi e wo ho but sa 8-digit code no fa call number me boy *380*25 hash *380*25 now what chance say be win airtime TV sets mobile phones and the cake ho nyina ko supermarket bia e be wo na kwaje wo de ne be wura eye Lavons tomato mix ne honey tomato mix be je wo de open and win promotion na emwa pa Lavons was say love day inside na maminfa the we so enfem na fe yan ni doc so ntwe enkomo the American Miss Cookie Spices spices are yedi aduane na spices yi ye won powder and ye won paste form e wo ho na say the emia no bi ni nya bi ho na spices no ubetimi anya raw ginger spices winya raw garlic spices raw onions mixed spices chicken na sound spice amabobo ni na no ebia wo ginger raw garlic raw onions mixed spices na ebia oye chicken meat fish stew soup kalawuli kebab ni ade ne bia ohia raw ginger no anso afa bi na de gugu so ohia raw onions ari bia gugu so ohia raw garlic ari bia gugu so ni na eye 100% natural spices are a free miss cookie ho mpacho tie eye try miss cookie no wo mo shito ni bi eno tie de niema te say shrimps small core fish pepper aha sani say bia me pacho wo mo nye shito na mpacho mo tie ni so person ye shito a wo mo niema te say sa spices te say shrimps te say fish spices te say pepper spices ane ade ni nyina onion garlic ni nyina wa na kama pa na emma udi ye shito no a anunsu de uhwamu ewo East Legon American House woni Absa Bank no na a opposite ana wo be fra 0200 36 59 97 0200 0200 36 59 97 na order delivery there free na ya wada bia no yedi hu ya se ya wada twam ya ntimi anye apomuden komo ya mfa mbremu na ye ne Dr. Luwatin endpoint party clinic ona da ye ne no na ye ne no so anyi apomuden enkomo ene doc memo akwa ba mo sa mo ache
mejo so Kwame Nkrumah Tikese
na boko de
Kwame ahoto ho ni akopa daroma bibi ekoso da obade na se
obade so eda ye nyina ya sise ono so eja ne ma yetie ne da na mamemre endpoint nyame ede wato ano hot say
Kwame, ahabu bi aboko pa. Yeguso. Na dodo no an eba. Kwame woni say yade stroke die. You declare stroke say or problem. Because the way stroke we see amana homene so o man mu a. Dodo no a ebubu o mo ma dodo no a elusu o mo voice. Dodo no a so ho a stroke no kwanya knock o mo down. But we hu an say nipa no. Obo so ho a wo se na ho twetwe no. Ne ho hyehye no. Bibi ne nam wo no. Na bibi ne honam chese ne honam wo obu ana wo se ne honam ba bi ndudu obu as bibi ne nam honam duanim na koma bo ne yam hye no ne tipae no obu wa na stroke no kwanya knock ne down enso so na ehun sunsan so a ya bono no nipa ne ni asumdue kame ya ade a yakase endpoint afi sade ade ani si prostate so ya afi etwa mu sade na ka first obu hu ya sell rubber obi be ma bi rubber obu a wasi Johnson ne mba Johnson a wochem obu o sin supita fi be ma mu ba ma Johnson 10 ma ya se me ya e bedu me du kana Johnson no Johnson kra mba ene ma awo se de na so ha wo mo no kwame ye declare war on that no ene e very difficult to pass it obi betena se because your education akọ very far it ene enye likely so betuma share obi all of a sudden was me Johnson ne ma kra na afedi oba me ahye ne katita intense this time if he say obi nya hu say na Johnson na emeye Johnson tentem na ya se ne ya Johnson mu apa mienu wo chimansa na Johnson ana so obi wo ko hu se nso fita na moja fin be mu ba come quickly no ana nipa number end point to me part clinic aba be say free scan ni bi enunti ene e very difficult to pass ye ta say obi wo ha Johnson e makora no oba me ahye ne rubber intense ena bebre no aso hunu sa na education akọ very far ama obi wo kwa no a be mema bebre no a no nyanya bia 40 years 38 years 40 and above no a na say ni pada teni era shaba endpoints wa be free scan ni bi it come as so na ye declare that war no on ya de offense stroke say yempese e bedi ni pada mu bim di come omo se bi omo so omre na mo pese omo in fact omo tena wi afeche no dodo no ano na etu anamo ba endpoint to me part clinic Pinter social sign come me no kasa ikura no adwuma koso nti kwame iguso boa o mangana bibi akoyi
ene me frɛ wa me pese di yade diabetes ho enkomo na mami musa sɛ diabetes ye kasa diabetes a me na no so diabetes ene die ben ne kwan be ne fa so ba
kwame ye simple ye kasa diabetes ya ene ye beka nse chire yade ye eno no nkyere sɛ obi kodi asikyire ne ma ne konya asa yade ye no enye sa na kyere na kwame ye hwɛ before me chire mo no meka sɛ diabetes edemo a ana how diabetes no many part of the brain no a disabled no a kwame eboro adwene ntiase so diabetes is stroke many part of the brain part of the dem kwame obi wo ha obo hu no na ne nan ba ko niko o adwene ya wo sɛ de wo no ana ba adwene be sɛ wo nya accident obo ko na diabetes kwame se nipa epese ohudi wo diabetes na ye kasai se wo ti akyinyi na ho nkɔ ne ba ye metuma ka kyerɛ wo nyina ne sɛ bra endpoint na be had diabetes aya amanfo ana sɛ kokwalebu diabetes center ne ko sɛ de yesi twetwa nipa nan ko sɛ de nipa ya amputati ebi mo nan obu ha na nan ye nyina off obi de ko sɛ de kwa me obo won pa bebre no mani sɛ bi omo ye visually impaired visually that one in the core school mpo ana nipa na ni guso eye bibia nipa no ehu ade and net diabetes is nipa no hu ade ti diabetes di nipa dem eti kwame kasa ye kasa se wo bie se woni bie bo modern tie within 5 minutes no na benya bibi bebre afrim atma hwe ho afi no ma bebre ho a e yade offense diabetes no one ne obe ka bye to diabetes se wo bi kura no a kwame kasa diabetes ya ma se kire nyina no e kwan ye sie nyina no se kwame nyanya ye die nyina dodo no especially with carbohydrate food dodo no turning into bibi e be kan say glucose that's a refined form of sugar na glucose na ɛno no nipa de sani nya no Kwame ɛno na boa nipa de sani Kwame anɔpa ya wo so ne chokro na wo frɛ interview na wo yewe wotima drive one na wo drive ba adwuma Kwame de ma wo san hoden we nyinaa ne ye sɛ sugar no a ɛwɔ wo honam dua nim anaasɛ glucose aduane a wodie no a turn into sugar no ɛno na ɛmo ahoɔden na obi wɔ aduane a wadie no sɛ aduane no bɛtumi aboa mo ahoɔden no yɛwɔ honam dua no akwawa bi a ɛfɛ ne sɛ wo pancreas no ɛyɛ akwawa bi a deɛ ɔyɛ nyinaa ne sɛ wadidie na aduane no akɔ widie na aduane no turn into biribi a ɛbɛka ne sɛ glucose no that pancreas no also a security hormone bi a ɛbɛka ne sɛ insulin na agu saa aduane no so glucose no so na itimi ayɛ itimi aboa ma cells no apeke atimi de ayɛ adwuma na Kwame obi hɔ a ne kwasɛm ne sɛ ne deɛ no ne pancreas no ne deɛ no ebi wɔ kwa no a entimi nyɛ adwuma koraa ɔsɛ ke produce insulin no obi hɔ ne deɛ no entimi produce insulin ne koraa ɛne na kɔfa bibi afɛn sɛ diabetic type 1 ɛde ba bɛhwie nipa de sani na ba wo so obi so wɔ hɔ a ne deɛ no pancreas no e produce insulin no but insulin no e produce no enye enough sɛ ebetimi aboa burn down the excess sugar no effect the glucose no into the body no na ama ahoɔden etu won sɛ endam sɛ enye enough no into sugar ne bebre no ana bɛfa wo mogya no nim bon so bɛhwɛ na mogya na ɛkɔ so na sugar level no kɔ so no obi so wɔ hɔ ne deɛ no e produce enough insulin but insulin no e produce kura no cells no resist the insulin produced and articulated no resist and intimi use and find adwuma and so koba sa no akofo say diabetes type 2 and after type 2 diabetes and so the ekofa ba edu Kwame e je ka to obi nya diabetes na de party nyina ne say wona de akwa awa no a o se ke produce insulin no wo de no either say insulin na you produce no nya enough and obi waka ne de intimi produce kra and obi was quite produce insulin no na mmom no ono ani body cells na wo se ke absorb insulin no na buama glucose level na burning it down na de no intimi nya saa de no na akofa ya de ntia na ma sugar no na asase se e kosoro ebedu mmebi no ya se wo sugar na wo soro kakra ya se obi a wo pre-diabetes ya ka the pre-diabetes na like I say enya full blown diabetes o sugar level no arise edu 7 edu dia 7 6.5 edu 8 edu 9 yes o sugar level no ekosoro ne ya promptew Kwame ebedu 10 ekono afi no aba endpoint we ba ne aka che say afi de when you full blown diabetes edu 15 full blown diabetes edu 18 20 Kwame that's the complications such as happen enti Kwame ka diabetes ya na se kire na me dia my phone
na mame hwe ebede na obi ehu se o diabetes ni bi
I'm not that the surest way I be obi ehu so diabetes and say obeba endpoint to me particularly and na so obeko kwalibu and na so obeko in of the government hospitals okwa senya endpoint na oba say region e ben wo 37 e ben wo unya duru wono a wo say me pese me check me sugar level a matter of a minute entimi ni more than 5 minutes oba endpoint ni more than 5 minutes bit ma check aka so sugar level na normal and asenya normal as easy as it dey also ya na say bi anka ade achin enka woni di ansa na wa check ene be kan say fasting blood sugar that is the sugar no what train ebia di more than say 12 hours or more na wa check eno ta no betima nya na aduane a wudi ye ni nyina adigest ama enye say and because the moment ya no pa wadi dia wi a ye check sugar no ene be kan say eno no enye fasting no biem so na no akwakoye say emoja aduane na wadie ne no anopan wadie no ni nyina no play na kwa me ade akwa me hunu ne say obi a woni pre-diabetes obi a woni full blown diabetes no obo se so what di kwa no pa na say wo check ni sugar level no a eni kwa say above the normal level obi a woni diabetes obi a woni pre-diabetes obi a woni the chances of getting diabetes no come so wo di dimpo na wo yes a check no a with my experience no eni kwa say woni pa the no the sugar level no it me hit be about 7 8 10 11 almost what did the hit that side in the crown or can and also crown and also crown ye idea a matter of concern. It's really a sign of more who say what a kia is the surest way to know that what diabetes is. But nobody also I don't want to on Jackie. So one Jakia, the more who say what diabetes in Ibino. And say, Rema Obu House Johnson 10 tem. Obu say, or the Johnson or Johnson more 10 tem more than the usual. Obetuma Soda Johnson be a bear 5 to 10 times. Difference between Johnson 10 tem. Prostate dear, any diabetes dear, and say prostate no, so be a prostate not Johnson 10 tem. Oba won't say dear no. Ebi okwa wa Johnson no Johnson mu timi pan bi no otimi chima san wa Johnson in so bita timi fin be manba na ma ya ase ne ya but obi a ne de ne diabetics de no ne de no emfa sa de ne ma na ya ase ne bibia ne ya but mo so ni pa Johnson 10 tem odidi ye no a na Johnson 10 tem nti oni di ya Johnson e ma bebre the difference between polymaturation from diabetes and prostate problem na ka me chire mo no eno no ya de ba ko tan ni pa no diabetes no ka mo Johnson bu ho a enam se sugar no adwane wadie no ena adani sugar no odun so nti odun so go form a na form no Kwame within a short time about entatia abo ho chenku odun so wie on kona chi e bia beta 10 minutes or 1 hour ba no na entatia ba because don't so na odun so na be adwane am wo mo aye food na Kwame enam se adwane a wudi ye no o se keti mu ahoden na adwane na ntimi ama wa ahoden nti na wa Johnson ni na guru ntino ka me bo se bebre nu a wo didie no wo fon obi a wo diabetes no won said that wo fon won and na die bebre nu a timi said that wo fon but wo de end you are not making any effort but wo ho an say wo so tia na etie am say ni pa de tani ni say ni pa mo te sa no enam say de obeti bia ni nsu obeti obekọ ni mu bia wo Johnson guru ntino de bia na is come the say ni pa no de bia na ni ma dry the brain no dryness in the mouth ni ma dry eno no ya de ba ko a eno so be dia dance ya de say dia dance ya betima che say what diabetes ni se Kwame de bia ma mo feel weak because aduane no a wadi na o say mo ahode no wadi so ni nyina egu itu bo se de bia na honam nyina yo bete asa wa bre na no so e koso sa no Kwame etimi ma obi wa bo nso onya dry skin na honam na yi wisiri na honam nya su too smooth biem eno no so firi wa bo nso obi wo ha na rashes a gugu no eno sa no kwa mo kotimu a rashes no etimi kokoye o hawa etimi be ye kurukura ekuro no so bo nse emuda efise sebi adwane a wadi a o se mo ahode no ne nyina no enya ahode bi ama entimi mmoa na bo nse akofa o hawo ebi abo se ni pada teni no infections wo yo ba e ma bebre no anya bibi e pense yeast infection Obeko hospital wasi ensogu wasake kawo Obeba hospital ebe check ebe scan no ebe ka say oh infection bi ani ho gonorrhea bi ni ho syphilis ni ho chlamydia ni ho enam yade bi ani ho eso so say ni pada sende bi na oba na sake ka no ha obe hwemo no na diabetes etimi kofa bi e fen say urinary tract infections enam say Johnson na wo Johnson no sugar ewo mu ne ho kon ba kwa no nya infection ka kla bi a e ma mo wa nya aduane bi sugar na wo ho no you know, and Mamma no a feedy on it. It was any part of the Sano, the Pia Nanase, or your bad Nasakano. And now, yes, I am using Tino, a Timmy King with nerves. And my hormones on no cross on what they buffon to your bema. And now your background, I was a thinker. Sexual drive on a kind of coffin. Such a member of Crabby. Yeah, now a very just a done what you can see a pa. Both of them and why a grow. I want the piano. And said that in him. Kwame, when we now know a idea, it me now the brain was what that as a break your nerves down. It won't tinua a martin cat. In tinua a mountain communicating with the external environment, you know. Kwame, it me we can nerve damage. Nekofasa adi ne ba bones will be no more diabetes, you know. Don't no boss will be our answer to me. Obu was a me hosheme. Obu was me been in Nami Honam, Obu was an Anna, Chazam Honam to Obu was a motor treat and Honam was also. Nina no a signs and symptoms here. Diabetes, etimi ekofa ebesi omo amubi.
Na diabetes no causes ni se den ekofa ba.
Kwameda say, ya wo mo ade diabetes wo mo. Type 1 diabetes. Omo de bebre no ano ye de obi a usha. No diabetes no. Kwame no de ene kan say insulin dependent will be depending on insulin forever. It will be all type 1 diabetes, you know. Usually, no, I mean, and only your manage, you cannot cure it. Ultimately, into a year. Because in the pancreas, you know, the brain no come in your so you cannot do the only thing and regularity the sugar level. No, say enkobroso, emani konya complications the friend say hyperglycemia. Sugar level no enkoso bebre enkofa complications enye the emma. No. Name type 2 diabetes no. Come and on a lifestyle. Don't do one a lifestyle. That type 2 diabetes there. Come a lifestyle in about 80-90% in it. Me to a money free okra. It will be type 2 diabetes no. Or ya kola only diabetes. 20 years, 30 years with diabetes. Abia now 40 years when you diabetes. And then when you 30 years no one who saw diabetes. And then didn't know ya kola no. Now the sugar level na ya normal. Now 50 years, 60 years, 70 years, let the no equal extra was there. Life to be as a son. The lifestyle no as a son. And Nakofa, the beer friends that I beat about. It's got a lifestyle conditions in being overweight, obesity. Certainly, that man now, we can see a fumua, uploaded a lot of fats. Uploaded now, fat now, uploaded no, a very resisting the flow of. And I said the secretion of BBFN insulin. So once a resisting into no, what did you any sugar woman come into me absorb it into the bloodstream. Now once and Namuja Musa, now my sugar level cost into overweight. Yeah, dear, I'm not doing one to be brenoa end point here. Come in, the brenoa, Unyamano, a true na Puadana diet necessary. Now man a true a man so take a crack. Don't come back. As what na corrected pancreas. No, come within a short time. Both any person in sugar. No, as I say, normalize it. Overweight. Obi owa na come age. Oh, you need to be about the by virtue. Say ni panin no. Na come exercise. We are now with me. I feel with me. And into no none so kwakofa how we are. Obi also know na bushum family history. Wabushum overpower diabetes. Unyamu na diabetes. The possibility of Benyano coming, I was so anti diabetes. Yadia can say a type of Yadia can say it can be inherited, hereditary, or gene related. It's make of a ban. Obi Owana comment, yes, say, sugar level was wrong. Obi a hospital, because sugar level was wrong. You need to be extra careful. Obi was on the borderline. Over checking the sugar, no, not that be a 5.6. 6 and now 6.5. Sorry, 6.5, 7. Sugar level as I say rise it. Okay. Any person, you know, I'm also very careful because moving from 7 to time, Rebecca, you be declared over diabetes, you know. You can help reverse it. If you can't also sugar level was right. The possibility of diabetes, you know, is extremely high. What about when you are DBFN say, one you mean? One yam. Now, when you mean, when you are DBFN say, gestational diabetes. Yin sia kwa nyim yeni ntino e ma sugar level ko soro kwa no anhwe yie na wo wie na wa ma exercise ankom wa se wa duane na wa anoma dro ansa an reverse no a the long effect ne say obeye full blown diabetic it by virtue say wo nyim ye na wo sugar level ko soro no the possibility of between diabetes no is extremely high. It's coming obi or pressure and also obi or high cholesterol. And also, no, I idea about some of the risk factors. And that's why we are a bit mark of diabetes about the show. It's about Ubizamia na and no macrophobia in the and also you have the pancreas in Yajuma or pancreas and so Yajuma automatically. Remember what could not be a friend diabetes.
Oh, okay.
It is a basic process of
now complications and they say, and now saying that will be back more endpoint, who particularly mutuino.
Amen. So being a diabetes here, and who's in so big man say, one training year, naturally, and a cost no. It means how could medical conditions, say cardiovascular conditions. Bones and now, we need to say, which means a cognac, my idea, which means cognac pressure. To bones will be diabetes, no after a while, not a pressure cost. After a while, now, Wakonya be a comayadia. Obi quite you conya be a friend say, nephropathy. Nephropathy, and no, yeah, that will be diabetes no amena nya bibi a friend say kidney infection and as a kidney failure and as a kidney disease. So when diabetes no sugar level no etimi destroy the finest point here e what kidney ni mu a etimi sone friend say fin free hunam duane mu eboja mu no etimi say no the say na sa no a afa na kidney ni ntimi mfeota efin emfiri sebi umoja ni mu eno kofa bibi afese da property ba kidney yade ntu kokwalebu a yo bebre ho amonya kidney yade a sebi eye because of diabetes na kofa bai ya wo yade bi so efe ne say in fact the team kofa bibi afa sexual weakness kwa so ba be so mema sexual weakness no eno so etimi kofa ba na mpe bebre no obi onya diabetes no so no etimi kofa bibi afa neuropathy nerve damages unya diabetes ya the tendency is be say wo nerves no extremely high and anything obi or diabetes won say ananse de no ne ho hye no bibi ne nam ne honam duanum ne honam femfem no ne ho hwehwehwe no ne honam woso no ne nyina no eye the effect of the diabetes ya enipa no aye de akwakonya enti kwa me obi nya diabetes ya e wo hu sunsan so bebre etima bebre kura ni de obi afa ne say retinopathy na just nipa da say ne bibia wani kohua ne o part bi afa ne say retina that retina no etimi damage because of diabetes na cover blindness our best obi okwa no a nani na ansai kura tie ti ba ne say ni fie ni wisiri nani guso so onwade yi we nyina no the effect of diabetes na come diabetes no ade etimi hwema ne firi ho say ye ankoye type 1 diabetes na type 2 diabetes dia kwa etimi hwema ne firi ho kura ni nyina no say the end point ye nyina no say wa ba ya check sugar level ye hunu say sugar level ne wosoro now the here ka say e dia pote ne torch ma ama sugar level ne kosoro I didn't hear end point. Eti etake at the cra and my sugar level ne kosoro no a. Say your pancreas no and na touch ma. And in ya we give medication to correct the body part in the pancreas no. Now come within a short time once your air correct no na e produce enough insulin. So within a short time no but any part in the sugar no a correct it. Say the part in so a lifestyle ya chakini ya hunu say oh e bia na lifestyle we because obi okwanwa enyanya wo die wonim se no kwa na contribute obi nim had the property and money sugar level no kwa na ekosoro. You cannot be on medication for the rest of your life. Oh me what diabetes me the draw so you can't be on medication for the rest because at the chronoa my sugar ne kosoro no so one person ade no ho asama nka after a while no obi a wonum 10 milligram ebedum maybe 10 milligram no of insulin and adawlen ebedum maybe no anya adwuma this is 20 milligram. A bedroom maybe no, well, who are the 20 now 30. Obu akwa 30 milligram no numbia majo. I mean, chance of getting stroke, and was so akamanyade, and was so pressure, and was so kidney infections, kidney diseases, na or was so. It's what diabetes here. Yankasa, do now, no more regulating no giant crowns. Nemum, niya uno at the property ya ema sugar level ne kosoro na ya inkwasi e betima tu saade na everywhere ama obetima den ho sebe numa tropium but we can do this through the natural means, that is homeopathy. Once we get to know the root cause of the problem, we give medication to correct the underlying cause. Once the underlying cause is corrected, your lifestyle has to be changed. Exercise level. Also, we need to find a way. Yeah, the machines more. Also, a mouse so extra. Super endpoint now. Kwame, machines here. I know them. Machines here do should be more. And no, ube film no, ube check instantly no. Na be our number 90 kilos. At least between better 2 to 5 kilos. You have to share. Weight no, it has reduced. Reduce soon is money na a bois. I restore. Friends, sugar level. It will come within a short time. It will the homeopathy and answer the end point here and say you heard the root cause of diabetes. Once the root cause can be corrected, you are free from this diabetes. I remember the Mikasa Bebe, Yanamaka said, Yadia be how be no, Bomodin said, with my family number, near Dinkomo. End point to me, particularly, there was Spinters Road, Shell signboard, Tema Committee 22, Kumase Chronom Abuenia. Takrade, another Queen of Peace. Baby, I will be a what offer number we are. The how be a so. Bomodin so bet me, a fan number. Would the Abia diabetes, nay, would the no, nay, be a bad breath and cankind. Would the any also would the energy in our bush show, Ukisukisu, and then I would the Yamioya. Would the no a be a different idea becoming, but what is any panobe family number? Now, dear, who's yamming the crown of Fatuo, now in the dark. And there would our no be afro. Dog we may project was idea we want to be the enemy within a short time. Now, I mean, in never by endpoint and sunny day, to me, I the upwow. If I'm a number no 0244 86 7068 0244 86 7068 0244 86 70 68. All right, yeah, that's your phone answer. 0244 86 7068. Yeah, that's Ghana phone answer.
Yes, sir, that's a pa. Na mami mfa we emfam na fi ye ntoa so mepacho Vic Dank Healthcare. Na se wo kidney problem and kidney stones and liver disease a Vic Dank Healthcare and abeko. Se o ya re bi to say hypertension, prostate enlargement, hepatomegaly, ya rekese pa. Afei hepatitis B and C, wo high cholesterol and the ka ho nyina na. Bra Vic Dank Healthcare. Go to yare na se emfa ema na ono ni dia ne se odi mfidie be hwomu. Odi mfidie hwomu wie a na odi aduro 100% natural medicine free India for all your treatments. No the amount na nyina akọ. Hwehwe Vic Dank Healthcare Spintex Road, Coca-Cola roundabout no. Standard Chartered Bank na ho n'echiri na Vic Dank Healthcare ho. Yare bia Fabra na oma wayaresa na kaisise they are certified by Traditional Practice Medicine Council TPMC na Vic Dank Healthcare Spintex Road, Coca-Cola roundabout and Standard Chartered Bank the chi na ubafre woma 020549 95 1211 0549 95 1211 0549 95 1211 and 0502 66 13 46 0502 66 13 46 0502 66 13 46 Vic Dank Healthcare. I are saying na full stop anyhow. Na no pen so ye Dr. Sharp twetwen komo 1-on-1 interview na Okasoa udru overhead na also ko new market ho bia no na Dr. Sharp number no ntimu bi mfama mo 0266 14 14 69 0266 14 14 69 Dr. Sharp number no na number ba ko kan 0204 89 74 54 0204 89 74 54 Dr. Sharp a number no or the baby drew kind and a diguma whom from so or ya dear tatafi. Happy be and a yamiankasa. Aha, and a ye moro audu semtronia wabini ye ni birthday. Intine ubi amfe moro audu more audio of Metro, more audio of Class FM. And then when you're 46 years, bro, when you seem to tell me saying 3 years. Oh, okay. Happy birthday. Edema Indians in Semtroni Moro audio. Aha. And then when you're 46 years, you okay from Hangina, you train bro, you happy birthday. Happy birthday to and then His Excellency Captain Retired Apostle Michael Ejari, technician and any work despite media. Apostle Michael Ejari technician. And then any birthday. Happy birthday to you. Was it more be any nya say aduan be boss lebo wo trans lebo 2 e ko ba 3 no ani so biri wa no ko bibi adi enti ene ejare birthday ene na na we despite we di ha technician. Happy birthday to Antiama Enchua, aka Takwa Amatakwa, CEO of Amalina Children's Haven. Oh, okay, Amalina Children's Haven. Ebi wo Kantamanto, nebi so wo Kaswa Kwanaso. Any other? Efri Woma, Unananum, and the entire management and staff of Amalina Children's Haven, especially Thaddeus and Julia, and say Omodemawo. Happy birthday to you, Antiama Enchua, aka Amatakwa. We see you, Amalina Children's Haven. Yema Awodapa. Everyakwa wasan go Kwame Nkrumah Tikese, monitor president of the Lami Pro open Kwame Usodiomi, and I be actually social media and my vida social lie. And mote yinka again friends the odi koko you know Adam Queen. Honorable fiachere fiachere rabbit ya ne ono so ya da masi ye ko